Welcome back, guys. Thank you for taking some time out of your busy and eventful lives to play some more D&D. So, a lot of stuff went down last session in the form of some excellent role-playing, character revelations, and lore learning. So, just wanted to briefly recap that for anyone who, wants that. And anyone who doesn't, really.
Give it to me.
Okay, so, still reeling from the furious encounter with yet another Imperial Inquisitor and 2 dragons, you guys fled the scene after pausing only briefly to take some of what you could from the ruined wagon, and get a couple things off the body of the Inquisitor, but in your rush you weren't able to do much apart from carry Hale's body away from the scene of the fight. Hale, of course, had fallen after slaying the Inquisitor to a vengeful blast of dragon breath, or lightning breath. The flight from the site of the encounter was made more trying, if you will, by the state that Oswald found himself in, after also seeming to die, but then not dying. Seemed not himself at all, and his eyes looked super weird, and he was just kind of skipping jauntily in random directions, seemed very convinced that he could breathe fire at people, and was just generally unresponsive to anything but the most basic of stimuli. Eventually found a reasonably sheltered slot between 2 large boulders to pass out. Meanwhile, Rentas, who had been thoroughly busy whoring and woke up super late, but magically knew where you guys were, reclaimed his multi-headed dragon-style dildo, and then set off after the party, where he conveniently was intercepted by, or met up with, Forge, a cleric of Shahdoriah, the god of invention and industry, a being unlike which any of you have yet encountered, although you've, in the past few weeks, encountered many things you've never encountered before. While humanoid in duration, his body appears to be made of mostly dark metal, with gold embellishments. But seems personable enough and didn't try to kill you all upon finding you. So that was pretty cool. After a bit of a rocky introduction, he revealed that he could heal folks, and that he had a cave nearby where the party was able to shelter as they recovered, or as you guys recovered. So, once there, Malik set about the tiring but satisfying work of laying Hale's body to rest. Took his cloak, his bow, and his coin, and finished the grave with his previous bow, and hung Hale's mask atop it. Most of the party passed out. Nofdor, first to wake up, overdosed on Zatar, almost died. Oops. Forge, who could have resolved the situation easily with a lesser restoration, didn't have it prepared that day, and so only courtesy of a very high medicine check did Nofdor not expire in the most inglorious way possible. Oops. And then everybody else, a few hours later, woke up, Nofdor very out of commission, and Oswald and Forge noticed during a conversation about what to do and what the situation was, a red glow coming from, or a pulsing red glow coming from under Malik's plate armor. And he unusually agreeably took off his armor to allow them to inspect the source of this, which he didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. And both of them saw this amulet around his neck, which he didn't seem to be able to perceive, either by sight or by touching it. Investigation revealed that the thing was steeped in extremely powerful enchantment magic and probably had something evil going on with it. And Forge tried to break the enchantment, which didn't entirely succeed, but seems to have damaged it somewhat. And in that moment of the enchantment being damaged, something happened to Malik, which made him feel not that great. But you're unable to come to an exact resolution of what you're going to do, so you're chilled out in Forge's cave for another day. He went back to the Oasis to pick up the components to cast the Legend Lore spell, to allow him to learn more about the Faceless One, about which information has been sparse. Even, if you'll recall, Malik had asked about the Faceless One at the Temple of Phyrexis. Priestess there had communed with Phyrexis herself, and Phyrexis didn't know who it was. But with the power of the Legend Lore spell, and with the guidance and power of Shahdor, Forge was treated to a disturbing vision of a silhouette that appeared to be cut out of the inkious black night sky, vaguely humanoid in its form and proportion, but where its face ought to be, it collapsed like impossibly upon itself. It was like a tunnel through the infinite void, and at the very end of that tunnel, impossibly distant and yet still somehow baleful, a red light. And seeing that, Forge was pretty convinced that, going to the Faceless One or having anything to do with it was a terrible idea. Recommended that the party go back to the Oasis or to the Empire, try to strike some sort of deal to get yourselves out of the situation. Nofjor argued strongly against that, revealing that he'd struck a bargain with Navare, and that there would be unfortunate consequences for him if he were to stray from the appointed mission. Forge's description of the Faceless One reminded you all of what Oswald's eyes had looked like right after he got revived, and for your part, Oswald, you didn't feel any particular compulsion to do anything one way or the other. Although certain things about you have changed, it seems that your patron's indifference towards you and your actions is not. So, we left off with you guys in Forge's Cave, a couple days after it's now the day after your encounter with the Imperial ambush. You're kind of back on a diurnal schedule now, so I'll say it's mid-morning. You guys have already been debating a little bit as to what your next course of action is, but that's where I'm going to drop you guys in. So,
I'd like to think, by the way, during the entire time that Nofjor was ODing, Caladan was awake, but just sitting off to the side sharpening his sword.
Okay. Because, yeah, you would have been awake and...
And so. my passive perception is 9. So... So there might have been a cough, and he would have been like, he's fine.
Yeah.
Must be a mouse.
Maybe you were like out keeping watch or something.
He's been known to
Back
cough
the cave.
sometimes.
Yeah, he coughs sometimes.
Oh, you puked? Silly Navjor.
Silly half elf or wood elf? I always forget.
He is a wood elf.
Silly Dndnaturalfun characteristics, you know.
So yeah, I'll say Yahek had to go poop until he gets here. Rentaz also went to go poop because whatever.
Hey, Forge.
So yeah.
Where are your bathrooms? I think Rentas and Yahek need to go. Oh, wait, do you not poop?
Unfortunately, no. For you.
I don't know. I saw Rentas walk away with his little medallion. Religious item, so maybe it's something else. Private nonetheless.
151, 152, 153, 154.
So I can't say... I can't believe I'm saying this, but I agree with Navjor.
Wait, what?
We've given our words to things that we don't understand. And as I gesture to myself, when you do that, things happen you don't plan for. And you have to make the best of it. No, please, I'm sorry.
No. I thought you were done.
I don't enjoy the notion of directly helping the Varasi, but I enjoy less the prospect of going back and making yourself some lapdog bitch to the Empire.
But a beach with great power. Now that's a good beach.
Like I said, this thing doesn't 170, 71. Fuck! 1, 2, 3.
Pick the counting or the talking, man. Like this isn't possible for me to concentrate.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, he made his choice.
So damn it.
Well, Hexy clearly agrees with me. Yes, I do. We should go to tower, yes.
It's a check.
Thank you, Hexy.
Does he normally leave adjectives and possessives out of phrases when he talks?
Also, when did his voice get so high pitched?
He's not known for being possessive, no.
That's a shame.
So, this thing obviously, or not obviously, but I don't think cares about me. That said, how many times do you actually get a chance to meet the thing that lets you blow shit up? So, I'm gonna go. If you guys want to come, cool. If you want to stay outside of the mile radius of the thing and just let me go inside by myself, that's fine too.
We just got you back. We can't do that. Come on.
You know if you're offering.
Look, I'm not gonna ask you guys to go into the den of a mad thing and into a tower that very few people ever come back from. But other than just knowing that he lets me blow shit up, he might be the reason that I'm even like I am before that. I mean, we know the Red Wind has been coming east. We know monsters have been acting like crazy shit. Oh, it makes sense actually. Crazy monsters, I get it. I want to find out why and stop it if I can. Not stop him, but
I don't think this is the foe you beat. This is something
find
beyond
out.
us.
Yeah, just find out why.
How is it?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Dead ones first.
Okay, so
Are we going in terms of like most recent, like?
Callie, you're so funny. You know, it's almost like there's something still alive inside of you.
I mean, I would say that more than half of us right now in this room.
Winky face.
No.
At one point or another, most people in this room had their heart stop. Because I don't think Forge has a heartbeat either.
Wait, really?
I'm assuming. DM.
That's a really bold thing to say
No, I
to
mean,
somebody.
with my
How do you feel about that?
No, I mean, with my key. Don't I see heartbeat?
Next, you're going to ask, what are you?
Like to believe Oswald has an ear up against his chest,
I can see heartbeat. Thank you very much.
trying to count his heartbeat.
1.
2. Oswald, when you look at Forge, you don't know exactly what the things mean yet, but the display is very different from when you look at anybody else.
He's Chinese.
Forge, you're weird.
For fuck's sake.
He was made in a Clarior.
Actually, make an intelligence check.
14.
You do not have proficiency in tea.
It's hard to tell exactly, but if you had to guess, the layout of characters and glyphs that happens when you look at Forge is more similar to those that happen when you look at Lyle than when you look at anybody else.
Oh, speaking of Charles, can we bring him out and see what he says?
Speaking of who, we haven't talked about anything.
Who is
Bring
this?
Charles.
Who?
Who's
The fucking robot.
We weren't talking about him.
That was just
Who
something
is-
Oswald perceived.
who is this robot?
You
There is
haven't
no-
met Charles yet.
Who is Charles?
He's in the fucking bag of holding.
Do you
Okay.
mean Niall?
Charles.
Okay.
Wait,
So
no, Charles was the one that died at the dragons. Right?
Hale passed, I believe.
Hale?
while this is happening, can I just put my hand in, see Lyle, and see what the health bar's at? Just take him out a little bit and then just put it back in.
This fast chart.
Like the video game, you press Y.
like 10 or 15% or something.
Yeah, after he still needs like another week.
Hey,
Is also like his exterior is visibly damaged. It's got like a couple dents and scratches across like the previously pristine like white form.
Can I actually take him out?
Yes.
Okay.
Hey,
Fix
Forge.
these, Forge.
Mhm.
Okay, never mind. I would actually want to wait until after he's awake. But you see this little orb thing? And by little, I mean pretty big.
It's pretty little. It's just really heavy.
Yeah, but I'm little, so.
That's true.
Do I know what I'm looking at?
Make a
Animal handling.
history check.
Hey, Oswald, is that triangle still in your face?
Yeah.
Wait,
What?
really?
Yeah.
God, it is just...
23. Okay.
It's racist.
Forge, you don't know exactly what the thing Oswald is holding is, but you could have sworn you've encountered something like it before.
What?
It looks. Never mind.
Wait, Forge, I'm sorry, I have to ask you this. Did these idiots ask you, what are you? As like the first thing that they said to you?
I'm not.
If they did, I'm sorry. They're fucking idiots. Especially this one.
Can you go back to counting?
It's fine. Some people are just ignorant.
Shit, you're right after 10. 11.
I hold up my hand. Is it a similar color to most of what his makeup is?
I mean,
Or is it like a different shade? Like not.
there's no obvious similarity apart from just both metallic. Does not appear to be the same kind of thing.
There's 50 Shades of Grey, buddy.
I'll Quicksilver summon my saber.
Okay.
So Forge, you watch as a sword essentially bleeds out of my arm and forms into existence in my hand.
Oh, that is quite a trick.
Yeah, isn't it? Could you tell me anything about this, and I'll flip it over in my hand and pass the handle to him.
Okay. I'd like to, just give me a minute. I'd like to cast Identify as a ritual.
Okay, so that'll take you like 10 minutes. All right there?
He's the one we've been missing.
It's a very common spell.
Legitimately forgot that spell existed.
And he has it.
It's like the best spell ever, too.
It's a great spell.
Holy shit.
You alright there, Kelly?
You don't drink. What is happening?
Like, what? We have a full spellcaster in the party again? Huh.
Oh, what?
Alright, so you take the 10 minutes to sit with the thing and just attune to the energy coursing through yourself and it. You learn that, well, if this weren't kind of common knowledge to the rest of the party already, I'd ask you to hop in a different chat, but you learn that this is a intensely magical weapon, which is the direct extension in some way of an extremely powerful immortal. And that immortal is evil.
This blade is steeped in evil.
Yeah, I found that up.
Oh, then why did you ask me?
I didn't know if you could tell me anything else about it.
As most as I can tell is that it's related to an immortal.
Well, I appreciate you trying. It's the, before I met this slot, it's the only sword that weapon really that I've ever come across that can do what it does.
I can't say I've seen anything like it.
Well, you're in for a show, buddy.
However, if you'd like another sword, there are plenty around. You may help yourself.
I'm a one-trick pony.
Can I?
Not to interrupt this, Discovery Fest here, but are we heading to the west? Because kind of want to kill something, you know?
Look, I'm heading to the tower.
DM, could you remind us what or unless anybody remembers, the specific deal that we made? Like what the
I think it's over by now. I think it's been 30 days.
No, not that deal. I mean the deal with Navare to go to the tower.
It was to go to the tower, drop off the energy core and the key, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
As well as the spent energy core. And when we got to the tower, we would figure out a way to get in. There was no other advice there.
So it wasn't like take these 3 things, put them here, you will meet our operative or anything.
Nope.
It was get it to the tower and get it to the Faceless One. That's as vague as possible.
And Navare did elaborate a little bit in that, like, he didn't know more than that, or at least said he didn't. So it didn't seem like he was deliberately withholding information to help you accomplish this mission. It seemed like that's legit all he knew. So,
I mean, if you want to play the long game and maybe use this to our advantage, once we deliver these artifacts, or as much of it as we can, or make a decision when we get there, if we decide to indeed give these artifacts over, I don't relish the thought in going back to the Empire, but if it does get us these Inquisitors off our backs, what's to stop us from going back there and telling them everything we've learned?
I think it's the same issue that everyone was saying last time, or before.
I wasn't paying attention.
That, yeah, that's fair. That we tell them stuff and they just kill us anyway.
Which they probably will, so that's fair.
So, I mean, I don't like to look that far ahead, but after we drop it off, if we survive, might as well head south. DM, can we see the big map, please?
Of course.
No.
Boop, boop, boop.
Madness engulfs you.
We can head south down to that inlet does not have a name, but just under Silly Lair.
You're there? So I'm just going to go ahead and put that visible now.
Yeah, but we could we could head south down to here.
There's nothing there, is there?
Yeah, there's ocean to go down to Neclarior or even further south. Listen, I don't want to travel south in the desert.
I mean, I don't have duck feet. I can't fucking swim. Across ocean.
Listen, we stole an airship. We can get a boat.
Wait.
I think the consensus, unless anybody you have a very good reason for us, and I'm not trying to say this to alienate you. I'm saying this because just reading the room, it seems like there is a push to go west to the tower. Would you want to join us? Were that the case? You didn't seem super optimistic about it.
Sorry, talking to Forge.
I'm talking to Forge, yes.
Oh, okay. My god insists that things might be interesting if I followed you, but I won't go with you unless you're absolutely sure you want to do this.
1, 2.
The thing that I saw it's no joke.
I can vouch for that.
Yes. However, it seems like this could present an opportunity for closure for some of you, or at least answers.
I mean, currently my only options are try to go punch this faceless thing in the face, and or be scorched to death by a fiery bitch lady.
Yeah, you weren't one of the ones I was talking about.
Oh, my bad. Okay, never mind. Whatever way I mean, hey, look, as long as I get to kill things, I'm generally okay. As long as I make some kind of money, and as long as I can do some kind of whoring, we can accomplish whatever. Yada yada yada.
I don't think you've gotten a chance to do one of those yet, have you?
Who? What?
Malik?
Who?
Not a lot of brothels on the way to Chenaugath. I'm just letting you know, man. But think about how good it'll be when you finally get back to a brothel.
Malik, look at me. Do I look like someone meant for Fat Desert? No. I am an actor.
No.
Meant for the big city.
No, you're meant for the flies.
When's the lights?
But it's okay. Anyway.
And the audience.
So back to the more important people. Can we go some? All right. So west, yes.
I think that is
Forge?
the biggest consensus, yes.
Very well.
This is a serious question now, Forge. 20, 21, 22.
I'm gonna stab him in the foot.
Do you have any food and supplies? 26.
I mean, you really think that counting is that annoying?
28.
I'm a dramatic person.
Yeah, but
unfortunately, I don't have much use for food.
Navjor.
Are you...
That's right, you're right.
Look, you seem like you're good at magic. Can you maybe make food? Is that something you can do?
You gotta prioritize.
Yeah.
I don't know how this magic works. We don't need water. We just need food.
Hold on.
I mean,
Several minutes later.
Oswald, can we
Yeah.
can we eat those bug things? Because they're probably gonna come back first.
Perhaps if I had another day to prepare, I could.
I mean, we don't
Create
have
food.
to. We don't have to leave today.
Or
We
we
don't
could
have
just
to
leave
decide
today.
now.
We could leave today, and at some point during the journey, I could.
Yeah, I mean,
We have supplies to last
I
for a
think
day.
personally, I don't know how you guys feel about this, but generally, I think it's probably a good idea to start moving and move quickly instead of stay outside of a city for a couple hours.
I mean, we've
But
already been
I'm
out-
not talking
we've
from experience here.
Malik, we've already been outside the city for like a day or two.
No, yeah, but we're hiding now. Like, generally, so we're a step off of, staying on main roads and just sitting there. But we should probably start moving west and continue
Yeah, no.
moving west.
Do we have food for today?
I think we could all go a day without food.
You have
We have food, so.
Yeah.
enough for you were able to grab some provisions, but not a whole lot.
Hey, DM.
Be sparse eating, but yes.
In which direction and how far was the dragon battle from where we currently are?
That was around a half hour or maybe like an hour and a half's walk, like south of here.
So definitely not.
Yeah,
the
you guys are a
direction
few
we'd have to go.
miles north of the main road on which the battle happened. So
And it's been a day.
yeah,
Okay, all right. Scratch that off the list of things to not do.
Yeah, we're not going. Oh, to.
I wanted to get me some fucking dragon scales to make armor, but that's.
Oh, I completely misunderstood that. I thought you were talking about dragon meat to eat.
nom nom nom.
Oh, that's like cannibalism.
It's
Kinda.
really a matter of perspective.
I mean, a little bit, Malik. It's like if you ate. Oh, fuck, I don't know what your ancestors are. Monkeys, I guess.
Whoa!
What?
Whoa!
Kaladin just walks away.
Aren't you part human? Aren't you part human?
Oh no!
Oh, boy.
So, Forge, is there any part
so
of this?
I mean, I guess your ancestors are what? Fucking slugs?
Oh,
What the? Who the fuck says that kind of shit? I understand we first met by me kicking you, but holy fuck!
Perhaps I'll keep watch out.
I'm glad this world has evolved. I'm glad there's a developed theory of biological evolution in this world too. I'm glad everyone's learning in it. It's important that we all understand that baseline level of education.
Hey, DM, was I wrong in assuming humans come from primates?
Yes.
You don't know.
yes.
Fair enough. Okay.
We have
First of
empirical
all-
evidence that gods make things.
We
We have
literally-
empirical evidence that
literally
God
know
still
this.
exists.
Hold on.
They're
First
active.
of all, out of game, just saying, how
Oh,
fast you
boy.
guys said yes. Fuck you guys as a science teacher.
Yeah, but I mean,
Half of us are reanimated by god magic. What the fuck do you think we're gonna say?
I said out
People
of
from
game.
monkeys, get the fuck out of here.
That makes no sense at all.
can always pray to the god of life and see what he has to say.
That's fair.
Honestly, guys, change of plans. Let fucking his ass go west. We all go either north or south. Fuck it.
Why don't we just turn into monkeys?
Hey Malik.
We'll just evolutionize.
Hey Malik. Was that insulting?
What was insulting?
What I just said?
I don't even know what a fucking monkey is.
Cool. Hey Malik, welcome to how it felt when you asked, I assume Forge and also Lyle, what are you?
Wait,
That's
I mean, there's
lesson
a
in
difference.
etiquette.
There's a difference between.
What's a monkey?
Anyway, are we
All
going
right,
west?
so
or
we
not?
so
'Cause,
we go west.
like I said, I need to start killing things, and the current things around us are you people.
Ooh, wait, Malik,
Yeah.
hit me as hard as you can.
Wait, is that? Or wait, for real?
Yeah.
Step.
I learned something new recently, and I need to try it out.
I'm confused.
want me to
Wait,
stab
I don't
you?
understand. Like punch?
No, like turn on your light blade, and I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
Wait, hold. No, see, I don't think I'm into this. Not when people want it.
Kaladin, do you want me to hit you?
He's not the faceless one.
Kaladin,
Come
do you
on.
want me to hit you as hard as I can?
I want, yeah, sure. Oswald,
Okay.
I want-
I'm going to turn on my Flanktum Longsword, and I'm going to put on Rite of the Cold. Do you want even more, Kaladin?
Yes.
Let's start there. Let's start there.
Okay. Oh, wait, whoopsies. Hold on. Sorry, I gotta do -9.
More damage.
And I will attack him.
Harder.
Kaladin, you're just taking it?
I'm just taking it.
Alright, Oswald, just, you hit him, but roll to see if you get a natural 20.
No.
Okay, so roll your damage.
Okay, so that is. Kaldan, are you resistive to either fire or cold?
I used to be.
But you're not now?
Not anymore.
Okay. 1, so that's 6, 7, 12, 18, was it 4? 6, yeah, 46. 18, 25 points of damage.
25. All right, not 125. Jesus Christ, 25.
Nope,
points of damage.
just 25.
Alrighty.
Nice.
That was a
4D.
Ow!
Yeah, I don't understand. We went from being buddies,
Okay.
now we're stabbing each other.
Hold on, no. This empirical test,
Feels familiar.
and I summon the saber, and I stab it into myself and cast negative energy flood.
Okay. Roll for that.
I didn't know he was into that.
Okay, this is fucking weird.
That was a shit roll. So 15. So I guess I heal 7, 8.
We'll call it 8.
8. All right.
And I know the spell says you get temporary hit points. I'm gonna say it heals you. So
Oh, does it? Oh, I forgot it did that. Okay.
yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
But yeah, there's like this singed gash across your chest where you just drag the tip of this flame tongue short sword across you, and like part of the essence of your sword kind of like melts back into the wound and kind of closes it up a little bit, not restoring your form entirely, but somewhat.
Yeah, that was fucking weird.
Okay, I needed to make sure about something.
You seem
What, that you can be cut? Or not, what?
That was pretty kinky.
And
Not sure you want me to do it to you?
You see some of the leftover like sword blade is like melding into some of my
That's
chest.
gross.
With
That's gross. Ew, 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 ew.
You ready for the faceless ones then, huh?
And if you look at me, you just see a nosebleed.
I mean, I can make you the faceless one.
All right, that was weird. Okay,
Damn, you look like you just did some Zaptag, man.
is that what it feels like?
I mean,
Minus the stabby
are you
stabby.
doing that to try and feel alive here? Like, what's going on?
It's a new ability that I got.
Okay, cool. Because, stabbing yourself in the chest after having a friend stab you seems completely sane. Right there, Oswald?
Well,
What?
Yep.
I can
Alright.
I can use it to hurt other people a lot more than I can use it to heal me.
Okay, well...
Listen, I stabbed him in the chest with his sword. He was fine.
There's a technical word that you left out of that sentence.
and,
Oh, to bring him back to life. I'm sorry.
So west.
One day, we shall go to tower.
So let's
One
start
day.
heading west.
Yes, sorry. I just wanted to make sure that worked before, fighting.
So
Wait, I need to make sure this still works.
Oh, jeez.
And I stab Kaladin.
Roll an attack.
Not very hard.
Does it?
Because I got a, No, I don't hit you. 11.
Okay, you kind of like go for his back, and the blade kind of like scratches against the back of his armor,
Oh, Kaladin,
but
I'm
then fails
sorry.
to penetrate.
I could have actually made that worse. Do you want me to attack you again?
But at least I will mask him when he faces himself in the Noctur's face and go,
No!
but
Oh, so
why?
So you want me to hit you even harder?
No, I was turning to Noctur to just go, but why?
Okay.
So Forge, you want to help me corral them west because nobody
I-
seems to be moving?
I
I'm
don't
walking
sound
west.
like
I'm walking west. I got stabbed in the back by my friend.
I
Wait,
don't
hold on,
sound
guys.
like
You
that.
asked for it.
Wait, guys, hold on. And I pick up the money, and as I'm picking it up, I'm counting it.
Okay.
And now, while we're walking, I have a handful here, an empty hand here, and I'm going like 1, 2,
I pick Oswald up and carry him. So
Oh, it's even easier. 1, 2.
I think Ford
Easy
has-
enough. Easy enough. He's
That's
pretty light, and you
adorable.
just kind of plop him on your massive shoulder, and it
My dragonborn.
hardly affects your balance. It is now like the mid morning. It's quite warm. That bothers some of you. So continue. You are welcome to continue at whatever pace you will. But if there's anything in particular you guys wanted to do before you leave the cave, say so now.
Take a dump.
Hey, Rentas and Yahek, we're heading west. Catch up.
Oh, I almost forgot about them.
Where exactly are your friends pooping?
They'll magically reappear when it's convenient. Don't worry about it.
Well, I mean, your forge looked like a pretty nice place. No, I'm funny.
All of a sudden, you just hear like a chainsaw rev up. It's like, oh,
Ha! All right then.
like that 3-dragon ante to work.
We want to keep Malik entertained, so he's going to be carrying a porta potty that they're in the entire time.
Yeah, hard pass.
So as you just reminder, there's all those shiny things that Forge made. Forge, I don't know if you wanted to bring any of them, but
Wait, shiny?
Can I? Because I never actually listed everything I would have made. Can I just roll to see if I had anything really valuable that I made?
No.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
a smithing check or something.
Yeah, just roll a d20 and tell me what you get. You've made a number of fine pieces in your time, but the party is also pretty stacked.
Some of us are.
Some of them are more
Oh,
stacked.
wait. Forge,
Yeah.
do you have a shield I can use?
Wait, Forge, do you have a
Wait,
+1
Forge.
shield that I could use?
Do you have a bow I can steal from Malik?
I rolled a 15.
Okay, so I'll say that among the pieces in your little armory there would have been a finely made, although non-magical wood and metal shield that you could offer to Oswald if you wanted to.
Yes, little man. Here is a finely crafted wooden shield.
I'm going to hold on to it, but now it's Gil arguing with myself, would I actually use a shield?
Handle that in your head.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, I'm going to take it, but I don't know if I'm going to use it. Finally, so, shield.
There are also a number of fine weapons, and I don't know. Would you have made armor?
Probably, yeah, some chainmail, stuff like that.
Okay. So if anyone wants anything,
Yeah,
then you're off.
if anyone would like some armor, unfortunately they're not magical, but could be of use. I'll take that as a no.
Wait, looking up something.
Does
If
Yahek
any
have
of you-
armor?
He has leather. Yeah.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Leather. I would like to see what is the most shiny, expensive thing.
Make a perception. Actually, you've been here long enough to make an investigation check.
I touch it. But I want perception. Damn it.
Fine, make a perception check.
That's a 24.
Let's see. Okay. Forge, what is the shiniest piece you have on hand,
Okay.
apart from your shield?
Improv,
Apart
yes,
from
and.
my shield.
Yes, and.
Yes, there is a
And
very shiny, very large warhammer.
Okay.
Hey! Walty! Walt! Mr. Walt! Hello?
West. So west.
Try to take the warhammer.
Make a strength check.
Oh god, it's that big.
Given your current state, make a strength check.
I am great at life. That's a 16.
16. Okay. Easy enough to pick it off the rack, although it is heavier than most of the weapons you're accustomed to wielding.
Okay. Oswald, come here.
The fuck do you want?
Just here, right here. Just open the bag. Okay, open both ends. Can you get both sides? Come on, please. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. Oh shit. Wait.
I start raising the bag.
Okay, guys, let's wrap it up before I start fucking putting bodies in bags of holding.
No, I'm giving you consent if this goes on for the 5 again.
Ooh, he
As
gave me
that,
consent.
as that hilarity ensues.
What was it, Warhammer or Greyhammer?
Oh, yes.
Guys, one moment. So, Kaladin, as that hilarity ensues, it's not like an enormous maul. It's like a sizable but manageable Warhammer, and Noftor is just struggling mightily. You hear a familiar draconic voice in your head, and it addresses you in draconic through a mechanism you now know. This is the voice of Orkalkavor, utilizing your sending stone, and you just hear him say, "Imperial Army will arrive at Oasis tomorrow at current speed. They have many Bloodhawk scouts. Give wide berth to the north. Provide update."
We are moving out. Your message and information is acknowledged. This is sending, not message,
Oh,
Oswald.
damn it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
We begin to make our way to Chanogath. Now, because of the wonderful way that Roll20 and Discord works, was he saying to skirt to the north or skirt around the northern direction?
He said, "Give wide berth to north."
Okay. I just make sure that's what I heard, because things
yeah.
were like fuzzy with the.
Yeah, he said, "Give wide berth to the north."
Well, that was Orkalkavor. The Imperial Army will be at the Oasis in 2 days. They have many Bloodhawk scouts, and that we should give a wide berth to the north.
Okay, done.
So northwest.
So probably northwest, until our resident Sarasi can potentially help us guide our way back towards Chatogath. But if we are at the very least to keep up the appearances that we are on this side unabashedly, we should get going.
Yes, let's.
Alright.
Alright, I pick Oswald back up.
Alright, so you guys proceed generally northwestern direction from Forge's abode, which we'll say is kind of like here-ish. I'm just gonna go ahead and doodle that. So that's kind of like here-ish. Alright, and you start going kind of that way, right?
Take like a long, maybe not like a slightly like a curvaceous route towards.
So curvaceous. All right.
A voluptuous route to China.
A damn mommy kind of route.
A thick with 3 C's route.
Okay. So again, it is the middle, almost the middle of the day. And so you,
Malik.
So Malik in your armor,
Oh.
you immediately begin to feel the heat. Is it still off?
No, it's still it went back on.
Okay. So Malik, make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Con save.
Yep.
Coming right up.
Also, at what pace are you guys traveling?
Should we say just
Normal.
standard, normal?
Okay, normal pace.
27.
27. Okay. You are sweating buckets under your dark armor. But and you are thoroughly dehydrated, but suffer no ill mechanical effects yet. Caliban, Forge, you guys are fine. Oswald, you're just kind of perched on Forge's shoulder. You're fine. Nofgor, it's really hot, and this isn't comfortable walking. But you have your lovely light-colored desert clothes on, so
It's hot, guys.
Fancy.
you're managing.
It's really hot, guys.
I don't know what you're complaining about.
Why don't you just take that cloak? That's a nice cloak. Where'd you get that cloak?
What cloak? Oh, I mean, it was Hale's.
Oh. Maybe you could use that to shield your head.
Hey,
That's
hey,
silly.
Forge.
Yes.
Later tonight, before we go to sleep or whatever, before we rest, do you want to try to do the Malik's amulet thing again?
I'll need to rest before I can do that.
Oh, we can do it tomorrow, but like I think we should do it at night
Why at night?
so that we can rest after. I mean, why should we do it in
Oh
the middle
no,
of the day?
well, the casting that lore spell took a lot out of me.
Yeah, so we'll do it tomorrow. No worries.
Oh, okay. Is my armor heating up?
Oh my god!
that-
Who's...
sitting?
Hey, Mal, can you come here real quick?
Oh, God. What?
And by come
I
here
do
real
not
quick,
like
I'm
this
just like
is
Forge.
going.
Can you just walk next to him?
Yeah.
I walk backwards towards Mal.
What do you need? Sam's getting the boots. Fuck.
You know, I'm gonna do it when we go to rest. Oh my god, I can actually use something that I got at level 9 from my class.
Hey,
Well, Oswald, what do you want?
Never mind. I'll look at the amulet later.
What?
We've had this conversation. You're wearing an amulet.
Oh, fuck. I mean,
You
you
are
have
able
the
to-
flask of water.
Yeah, here you go.
Oh, thank God.
1.
and Forge, in response to your question, you are aware that you are heating up, but it doesn't bother you yet.
No, is it bothering Oswald?
Oh my God, that's right.
That's amazing.
He's
And
cooking.
I love you for mentioning that.
Yeah, Oswald, your butt's starting to get uncomfortably warm.
Holy
Hey, Mal.
shit! After
Mal.
an hour, I'm just picturing getting in your fucking car after a 90-some-odd degree day of work. That's literally Forge walking around handshaking people.
Mal,
It's been a more gradual thing than just getting in the car, but yeah, he's getting pretty
Mal,
close.
can I
Everything
get the
about
decanter, please?
Yeah, here.
I just start pouring it down Forge's head.
Hey, remember when you said it's offensive to ask people what they are?
What are you doing?
I'm just cooling you off a little bit.
No sparks start shooting out.
No, you're fine. You're waterproof, but
Alas, Forge's one weakness.
you're now also wet.
Look.
Although you don't stay wet very long.
Look,
It
Forge.
pretty quickly evaporates in the hot, dry desert air.
Look, guys. I know you're laughing at me, but it's the same reason that people sweat. So.
What?
I do not.
Yeah, I know. I'm sweating for you.
It's fucking hot.
Now,
I-
Oswald, also now your like clothes and armor are damp, and
Yeah, that's fine. I'm wearing Under Armour. I'm good.
I
Oh, actually,
Travel on.
actually,
I walk
given
as
that,
Steve
Oswald, you are
rises
quite
up.
comfortably cool.
Yeah. Oh wait, without the water?
No, yeah.
Oh, never mind. Then I wouldn't have done that.
Okay. I mean, you're aware that he's getting quite warm. Anyway,
I just won't put my hand on his head or anything.
you can.
okay. So you guys are you traveling through the heat of the day, or are you gonna stop and rest at some point? What's the plan?
Keep
I think
going.
we should travel. I think we learned our lesson. I think we should travel through at least 5 hours and then rest and start going at night, like tomorrow or something.
I would also like to point out that we have the unlimited water, so we shouldn't really be dehydrating.
Where
'cause
did we have unlimited water from?
Excuse me.
That's the only
But
thing he's
I-
good for.
North Shore actually got supplies that you seem to have fucking forgot about.
I
bought
haven't
one
played
thing
in
that was
5
useful.
weeks.
Excuse me. a just fancy monocle that you probably didn't know about.
No, no, it's fine. Keep lauding all the magical items that you have. That fine.
There's the ones you don't see.
There's ones that Crazy Oswald saw.
I did love that, by the way, that you perceived the dagger, and none of us know anything about the dagger.
I don't either.
Oh, it's amazing.
And we are walking.
Going. We're still going.
Okay, so courtesy of the decanters of endless water, you guys do not have to make Constitution saving throws against exhaustion.
I got you, boys.
You're traveling at a normal pace. Still hard going. However, what the water doesn't immediately help with is the intensely bright desert sun, and its glaring reflection off the sometimes quite reflective sand, as it had like limits of silica and quartz in it. So Malik and Navjor make Constitution saving throws, please.
Me?
Yep.
But I am beautiful.
Okay.
19.
19? Okay.
18. Constitution 18.
Okay. So you're both fine. Although you get the sense that there's definitely a lot of strain on your eyes right now, just with how bright it is.
Slowing down there, Nafjor? Because I could keep going. All day. Oh, fuck, this shit's heavy.
Forge, you get used to it.
I squint at him.
Yeah, baby. Knees to chest. Knees to chest.
Okay.
This is when Captain America fights Iron Man. He's like, I can do this all day. Wham!
Alright, so you travel through the heat of the day uneventfully, and how long do you want to travel before you stop?
I think we're deferring to the to Oswald on this.
Man.
I mean, I think Malik, Naftar, how are you guys doing?
Fine.
I can keep going.
I'm fine.
Okay,
No, really.
so you should start traveling at night or
No, really.
No.
Do you
dawn.
see? I flex. Do you see these muscles?
I turn to Forge and I just go, I don't know what the issue they're having is.
I have.
No, but seriously, I can keep going.
Yeah, no,
This
okay.
this is all new.
I think
This is
we
new to
should.
me. Isn't that weird?
Do you guys agree? I think we should probably camp out at like 3 in the afternoon or something for a couple hours before dusk. Take our rest. Tomorrow we'll walk until like noon or something, and then in a couple days we can start walking at night. Does that work out?
However, yes, let's do that.
Does that math work out, DM? If that makes sense.
Sure, I mean, I'm not too concerned about the exact math.
Like basically, I'm just trying to sort of
Yeah.
shorten our days a bit, if that makes sense.
Whatever, bro.
I'm working on our
We
sleep.
gotta figure it out. We figured out.
I'm just here to drop dragons on your head, not sketch.
Oh, we know.
I'm here
So
to
we
throw
keep
dragons at
walking.
you, not do math.
Whenever Oswald wants to stop, I push an extra hour.
I think we should stop a couple hours before dusk.
All right, let's do another hour.
Okay, so
How ragged does Malik look after like 2 hours of this?
What,
Well,
do you see those con saves?
That's why I'm asking.
I mean, he's still trudging along, just like stoically and strongly enough. There's still a bit of spring in his step, but he is like bright red. His face is getting sunburned, just like soaked in sweat, and needs to keep like more or less continuously drinking from the decanter. Has to pee pretty often too.
You guys
It
don't
never.
see that.
It's constantly dehydrated pee, no matter what he does.
Yeah, it's
Hey,
pretty entertaining.
I'll pull him aside at one point to say, you don't have to prove anything to us.
Hey, I'm good. I'm a machine. I keep. Oh,
Did the monkey say something?
I think it did, Forge. I think we should press on for another hour.
Oh, okay. I deserve that one.
I go back to Forge.
I didn't mean it. It was a figure of speech.
Navjor's going.
Yeah, how you doing over there, Navjor? Just chug it along.
Okay, you guys travel until like the later afternoon before you finally agree to stop. I'll say you traveling like 5 or 6 hours. So you've probably made it somewhere around like here, roughly.
We make good time.
Is Chandogath on this map or the other one? I'm sorry, I forget.
Chandogath is off this map. It's
Okay.
kind of like as far west of Kasubrak as Kasubrak is from the Oasis.
Okay.
Oy, oy.
Okay.
So yeah, you anticipated will take somewhere in the realm of like 2 weeks of travel to get there, depending on your pace. Maybe a bit faster if you keep up good time. I mean, you do have a couple party members who don't have the same requirements as everyone else. So,
You hear that?
in any
Not
case,
sure. It's only me and you slowing them down.
We're going to have to kill each other.
Oh, yeah? Now?
Shh.
Are you just camping out in the open sands, or are you going to look for something?
I think what we were doing on the way back to the Oasis, where, like, about an hour or so before we camp, we start looking for places to camp out a bit.
All right, make a survival check.
Survival. 11.
11. Okay. No obviously good places here. There are not a lot of very tall or steep dunes on this part of the sand right now. So there's not a lot of places that are going to be shaded until the sun goes down. So
I mean, we have shelter. We can. We don't want to be. I don't think we want to be on top of a dune. I think we'd rather be like at the bottom where maybe we can't be seen as easily.
and that's easy. So you pick a spot as you set up your little small but functional storm shelter, rugged tents, and set about to rest. As you do, is anyone keeping watch? And if so, who's doing it first?
I guess the two people who aren't going to sleep.
Me and Callie.
I was gonna I'll take the first watch, yeah.
I guess go as well.
Okay. So whoever's still awake and watching is welcome to make a perception check.
I'd like to give aid to Forge.
You may absolutely do that.
Does that mean I have advantage?
It does.
Cause my perception's shit.
I know.
Dinar understands.
Mine is a little better than yours, I think.
Yours is pretty great. Because clerics are awesome.
Clerics are amazing.
22.
Okay. As the rest of the party, or most of the rest of the party, goes to sleep after really hard days, physical labor, just walking across the hot sands. You keep a keen lookout, all the while praying and meditating. But you can do that with your eyes open. And your keen eyes do detect something very far away, but some sort of movement in the sky to the south or southwest. Impossible to tell if it's what it is or how far away it is, but you do see something briefly catch the light of the westerning sun. And yeah.
I just give Kaladin a little nudge and tell him, just point in that direction.
It's beautiful, whatever it is.
Well,
Can,
if it's
Well, if it's what?
If it's awake this late, it might be hungry.
Yeah. Hey, can I ask you a personal question?
How
What are
personal are we getting?
I don't wish to. You don't have to answer if you don't want to. I don't really won't hold it against you if you don't.
Ask away.
Wasn't paying much attention yesterday, a couple other days ago when we first met you, but I truly mean no offense when I ask this, but you're the only other thing that I've ever come across that's acts in a vaguely similar way to I do. You don't need to breathe or eat or drink. Do you feel alive?
Well, that's quite a question.
Yeah, it's been on my mind for a while.
In some ways, it almost feels weird that I do experience emotions and feelings, yet it seems like I could never relate to anyone. So how could I say I'm alive when I'm truly not like anything that this world would consider to be so?
But you place value in emotions. You feel. You.
There was a time when I feel like when I woke up, I had no recollection of these emotions ever affecting me. So these feelings are very new to me, and I'm still learning how to deal with them. I did not always feel happiness or sadness.
Do you remember a time when you? Do you remember a time when you felt nothing?
I remember bits. Memories, some more pleasant than others.
Don't know if you believe it, but it makes me happy for you to think that memories can make you happy.
Fortunately for me, I think looking forward is where I'll find the happier memories.
I guess that's what hope is like.
We'll see. It surprises me that a god like Shahdoriah would even bother with someone like me. But I suppose faith does have its place in this world.
In the very limited experience I have had with beings more powerful than me, there's one thing I've learned, and they choose you for a reason.
From experience, life often seems like you're trading one master for another.
And on that note, I can agree wholeheartedly.
Yeah, just sort of chuckled to myself.
Given that neither of you need to sleep, you can keep watch for the whole long rest if you guys want to. If you are doing so, I'll ask you to make another perception check for the second half of the rest.
They seem pretty tired. Should we let them sleep?
think so.
We should
They,
let them sleep.
the,
Uh,
the soft ones seem to have trouble.
One,
you know, I used to be a soft one.
3.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I remember still what it's like to sleep and to eat and to drink. It's fuzzier, but it's there.
Well, maybe there's a chance you could go back.
We'll see. And through this a wonderful conversation, I will give a perception check.
All right, Orange, go ahead and make another perception check with advantage as the sun sets in the west and the 25. Okay, as the sun sets in the west and the desert begins to rapidly cool, the clear. You would wake up at some point during this. I'm describing a scenic thing. The sky rapidly darkens and the stars crisp and clear come out. You see rising in the east the now waning enormous blue orb of Severifar. Kind of haven't been paying attention to its phases over the past few weeks of campaign, in part because we spent a bunch of time underground and whatever, but it was basically full at the beginning, and it's now maybe like a quarter, and it's like a waning quarter. So the light that it casts is still enough that on a clear night it's like dim outside, not complete darkness, but its light is definitely dwindling. And just make a nature check.
Who?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
Nature. Ah, something I don't have proficiency in.
Gasp.
11.
Okay. So you know that in a few nights' time, probably during this journey, it will enter its dark phase, or like new moon type phase, which will make nights much darker. You're not sure, but it has been known to happen that every now and then during the dark phase of Severifar, sometimes it blocks out the sun during the day entirely too. You're not sure if that's going to happen this month, but it's something that happens from time to time. Stepping back from your in-character knowledge, the thing you're on is kind of like a moon of this gas giant, so occasionally the gas giant eclipses the sun. You, with that 25, nothing comes to attack you, or you hear off in the distance something tiny skittering. Might be some kind of like desert mouse or scorpion or snake. You hear the soft and quiet sounds of the desert that comes slightly more alive at night. And in the blue light from the east, you again catch some kind of movement in the sky to the south. It's impossible to make out exactly what it is or how far away it is. It could be something like small, like a bird, and relatively close. It could be something larger, much farther away. Very hard to tell in the brief moment you catch a glimpse of it.
Is it in the direction of the tower?
No, it's to the south, so it's kind of like in that direction. Although you're not sure exactly how far away it is. But you're pretty confident that nothing is immediately following you or watching you as far as you can see. And at some point during the late second half of the watch, so a little after sunset, and after would probably be up.
Okay.
So, if there's anything after you wanted to do while everyone else is still resting.
Okay. Damn it. nothing I want to do is possible anymore.
That's really nihilistic.
Because both Kaladin and Forge are up at all times, so I can't fucking steal from Malik anymore.
Because that always worked out so well for you.
It did. It did the one time.
I mean, you could definitely try.
I'm just gonna say, unless I'm talking to, I'm superfluously sharpening my sword because I have shit all for perception. So just keep that in mind.
Kaladin, count the money.
That was weird. Shink, shink,
1, 2, 3.
Okay, how about this? I would like to watch them both, and if I can, steal 50 gold in a moment when they're not really paying attention.
From who?
Quick, Forge, look into the dam.
Malik.
Okay, make a sleight of hand check.
My hands are quite slight. Oh, yeah, baby.
So this would be versus my passive
It
perception.
would be versus your passive perception, yeah.
I get my level 22.
Level 22. Okay.
And what's your passive perception?
19.
That's still not bad. That's
Not bad at all, but
pretty great.
in a moment where he seems to be distracted by something and steps off for a moment to have a closer look or listen, you just kind of like very naturally kind of just like roll over and stretch and go like boop. And you have 50 more gold. Paladin looks like Nufter just stretched to you.
Shink, shink,
And
All right. And
No.
then
really have to sharpen this thing.
It's more psychosomatic than it is.
Yeah, and in a weird way, it's almost like kind of like giving yourself a massage or something. It's like,
Oh.
ew.
No, it's like,
Exhaust has the same ritual.
no, it's like if you have like a, or like, you derive the same kind of satisfaction you do as like from like cracking your knuckles or like something like that. It's like,
oh, that works really ill for me because my knuckles crack every time I close my fist because I'm a monster.
there's just something very satisfying about it.
But yeah, I'll unless I'm not talking to Forge, I'm just gonna be spending the time honing my blade.
Okay.
I'm not talking to him either.
Fuck. Oh god.
Oh, I go to Nofjor.
Hello.
Hey, would you like to do more of that stuff?
I mean, you couldn't really do it, right?
Well, I'm not sure I did it right.
We could try again. Actually, there's something I did want to do. Okay. Stand right there. Okay. Okay, and now... Okay. And I take some sand, and I throw it at his face.
Okay.
What a piece of shit!
Why did you do
A
that?
bunch of sand gets in your face.
Is he blind? Does he blink? Did that do anything to you?
It annoyed me.
Okay, let's do some Zata. And so...
Wait, I think I get the game, and I pick up a handful of sand and shove it in his face.
My monocle! Where's my monocle? Find it! Find it! Where is it?
You find it after a minute of blinking sand out of your eyes and like kind of flushing your face with water from one of the decanters.
I take the decanter. Flood! Flood! Flood!
Make a strength save.
I push myself 10 feet.
Okay.
That's a 12.
Yep. You the blast of water just kind of like you flat on your ass, and then it just kind of like soaks into the sand around your face.
Okay. that was clearing. Anyway.
That certainly was fun.
Okay, let's do some Zartan, man. It's way more fun. I put it out. Get my glass. I cut it with my monocle.
Okay.
And so I'll roll a save.
Yeah.
21, baby.
Okay, so yeah, you have advantage on wisdom and intelligence checks for the next hour.
Oh, that's a sheet. That's a good one. Okay, now you do yours.
I take a finger's worth and I smear it on my face.
It kind of just falls off.
I
Nothing
have no
happens.
Not again. Really? Why did
I'm
you
sure
think that would work?
You didn't tell me it wouldn't.
What? Did you even do anything different from last time?
Guys, what are you doing over there?
Hey! Wait, you two, you're fucked! You can't even do this now it's just sitting here.
Alright, well, that didn't say anything about what you're doing, so I'm gonna keep sharpening my sword.
Alright, I'm gonna do the second line.
He has 3 lines out.
Make another Constitution save. This one with disadvantage, please.
Natural 1. Natural 1.
Both were the same. 14.
Okay. Okay. This one doesn't do much for you. And you feel a little nauseous. And then you feel really nauseous. You are considered poisoned for the next but are otherwise functional.
Okay, well... Anyway... Is there anything else we want to do? Oh god.
No, I think that was it. Thank you, Nofjor.
Okay.
Forge, how's he doing?
Well, he's been coughing, but
That's apparently normal. That's normal for him.
but he's moaning right now. I assume it's because of the stuff that he snorted.
Wait, he did he what?
Yes, this thing, Qatar.
That shit almost got us caught by the Empire like 3 fucking times.
So it's a bad thing.
Let me tell you the story about when we were all sleeping in a magically invisible place, and then he got high and outside the magically place.
Oops.
Why does he keep doing it if it's bad?
Did you see? Where did he take it from? Where did he get the shit out of?
Well, he had a pouch.
Take the pouch from him.
Can I hear that?
Yeah, I mean, you're still conscious.
I'm still conscious!
Okay. Take the pouch. You hold him down, and then
No.
I'll take the pouch.
Take my pouch! I'm taking my pouch.
Okay. I
No.
hold it out off Jordan.
I fired him!
Okay, given that you are poisoned, make an acrobatics or athletics check with disadvantage. Forge, make an athletics check.
Jesus! Jalupus! That's a 10.
Yep. Easy enough in his state.
Oh my fucking god.
Kind of like one-handed, like
No.
planted in the center of his chest, and
No!
like hold him down against the ground, just kind of like crouching next to him. So he's prone and I'm gonna say restrained for the moment.
No. I
Kinda
tried to
nice.
break free!
That's fine, but
You try.
I go and I pick this up. And I pick up the bag. that I,
Okay.
and I look at him, no, and I sit down in front of him. Why is this so important?
Give it to me.
Why is this more important than all the lives of the people that you've been traveling with?
What are you talking about?
I was in the fucking safe house, Navtor. I
Yes.
was there with everyone else.
Okay. Safe house, yes.
When you fell asleep outside of the anti-scrying circle.
Oh, yeah, that. Well, you always need to, you know. Red Dust, that scares me. I had to sleep far away.
Yeah, because of this.
No, Renta, did you see him? You see him swings that?
It's enticing sometimes, and you know, other times it just is. I think John froze.
Kind of looks that way, doesn't it?
Yep. Blue screens in life.
Well, I guess that's what happened when you talk about Rentaz's dick.
Blue screen attack, yes.
Oh my.
I'm gonna start pouring it out. Does it ever stop?
Actually, you turn it over to pour it out, and nothing more comes out.
Well, clearly he's used everything that he has on him. We just have to keep him from getting more then. Maybe keep a close eye on him next time he goes into town.
Suppose. I'm still confused, but...
Long story short, he does the substance. I mean, it either helps him or almost kills all of us. And there's no in between as far as we've seen.
And yet he continues to use it.
It seems as such.
Okay.
You missed the funniest thing.
I poured out the rest of your... I upturned your infinite Zatar, nothing came out, and I just immediately thought, oh, he's clearly used all of that he has no more.
Clearly.
Assume the position.
Now,
Okay.
here's the question, Forge. Do we give this clearly empty, clearly useless bag back to him?
Well... I don't know. I mean, what if seeing the bag reminds him that he could always get more?
Well, in that case, then a giant ginger cat from upon the heavens will... and
Fly his eyes out. Yeah.
Roll it.
smite them.
Destroy it.
He's meowing so aggravatingly right now.
Ah, the faceless one's one weakness. The musical.
Listen, Caladan.
Did I help the situation?
Well, I mean, if everything's poured out, I don't see any issue in giving it back to him.
Yes, I suppose. I release Nafjor.
Yeah.
I have not given him his bag yet. It's still in my hand. Navtor.
I'm looking at the bag.
I hold it behind my head so he's looking at my eyes.
Those dead eyes.
Those purpley glowing eyes.
Still pretty creepy.
I'm gonna give this back to you. Because it's empty. And on the stipulation that whenever you want to take a hit of whatever this is in the future, you tell Forge or myself. Because if it's in the best interests of this party that have brought people back from the dead, that have helped, you have all helped me in the past, and we have all helped each other in the past. And I don't take that lightly. I still haven't forgotten how you helped in the Nola fight, despite the fact of you not wanting to. Which is why I'm not just keeping this for myself. So if you let us know when you intend to do this, then I will give this back to you in the future.
What? What do you mean in the future?
I'm sorry. Breezy got his syntax confused. In the future, when you feel the desire to take whatever this is, you will take it around Forge and myself.
What? Just... why?
I don't like you, but I respect you. And I don't want to see you die.
There's no study. It's fine. I'm not going to die from this shit. There's dragons and stuff killing us. That's the stuff that kills you. Fucking dragons.
Yes, they do. And I toss the bag to him.
Thank you. I never actually agreed, you know.
And yet you fought.
Okay.
And
I walk away at that point.
I sit down woozily.
I mean, your body feels like shit, but you're almost like detached from it right now. You're like feeling pretty great, kind of. You know, you're used to this compartmentalization of how your mind feels versus how your body feels when you do a little too much. But boy, is the night sky beautiful. The Malik Oswald, another couple hours. You guys wake up. Your rest seems to have passed uneventfully, apart from whatever you may have seen. So.
I look at my money and I put it away.
Actually, Oswald, go ahead and roll a D100 for me.
Ooh, yay, my favorite part of the day. 86.
Alright, let me consult my tables.
The tables of madness.
Okay. You no longer, as you wake up, you look at your money and you thought, oh, why did I feel so compelled to count this incessantly yesterday? That was weird. Yeah, you feel fine, or relatively, as far as you can tell.
Oh, can you guys just shut up real quick?
Alright.
Sorry, the new feeling. Gotta get used to it. Only been 2 days. Oh, God.
Alright.
Oh, I need to find a way to shut this up.
My watch.
Malik, can you just come here real quick before we start the day?
Huh?
I'm going to use my one charge of Grim Psychometry. Once per short rest. Here, I'll copy and paste it.
Okay, no, I've got it. It's fine.
Cool. Wisdom ability check. I'm gonna meditate on the amulet for 10 minutes.
If Oswald, or if he lets you.
Malik, can I do it?
No.
You're not gonna let me just meditate on it?
No.
Why not?
Because we got places to be. Faceless ones to kill.
Alec, we're literally stretching for the next 10 minutes.
Nope. I feel good to go. Let's go.
Fine. You better let me do it before we go to sleep.
Nope. Let's go.
Did you want me to deal with the amulet?
Nope.
I think it'll be better at night.
We got things to go kill. Come on.
Should I make some food?
Malik,
Huh?
seriously. Wisdom,
Huh?
okay? You gotta be smarter about this. We're in the desert.
Yeah, and we gotta keep moving.
Oh my
2
God.
weeks later.
Forge.
It is now like the middle of the night, so it's quite cold actually, but better traveling weather. So.
Forge, how long does it take you to make food?
It takes me... not very long.
How long does the food last? Is it just permanent?
The food lasts 24 hours. The water lasts until you, like, indefinitely.
Well, we have water anyway.
Okay, so... Can make up to 45 pounds of food. Doesn't taste like much, but it's food.
I mean, that's fine.
Especially given that you have no idea what it make it taste like.
Oh,
Yeah,
fuck.
I mean,
Just
all I have to go
roll
off...
a spellcasting
reaction.
ability check just to see how bad it is, or good it is.
so that's just my d20 plus my modifier.
It's your wisdom modifier.
The higher he rolls, the worse it tastes.
Natural 20.
Thank God!
Okay. So, despite the normal constraints of the spell, you actually summon what to the rest of you guys is a reasonably flavorful meal. The bread is there's like the bread is not still or the flatbread is not still warm, but it's not doughy. It was at least cooked properly and is not stale.
Is that the pita? Obama, not bad face.
I mean, there's nothing particularly extravagant, but there's like some like flatbreads and hummus and some vegetable. It's not bad.
Bury the
Sure.
rashes.
I'll put the food that we haven't eaten in the bag of holding.
Just be aware it only lasts 24 hours.
Yeah, we'll just do it every night, no worries.
The food?
Yeah,
After which it disappears.
okay. I guess we'll start heading in our direction. While we're walking, I do have something to talk to Kaladin about.
So you guys start setting out. What direction do you generally want to travel in?
Same
From Pink Dot.
arcing, like the D.
Okay.
Do you guys think that's enough?
I think so, yeah.
I say one more day of Northwest and then just, recorrect.
Yeah, basically to get to like the S, and then we'll go southwest from there.
I should bring up, I did see some creatures flying in the sky during our watch.
What direction?
More to the south.
Yeah, let's go northwest.
Okay, no disagreement here.
Alright. So you guys set out. The night is still and cold. So, just pop you back over to this lovely image for ambiance. You guys make your way across the sands. Oswald, just make a survival check. And what pace do you guys want to travel at?
I'm just gonna continue at a normal pace.
Yeah, normal pace is fine for me. I have not rolled well on survival today.
Okay. So you make decent time over the next couple of hours. If there's anything in particular you want to do during your walk.
Hey Kaladin. Yes. Because he left.
Oh no.
Oh shit.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
The Meow Master has taken over.
So at night, when Malik is going to sleep, hey Malik, can I just see your amulet for a bit? Oh, okay, Kaladin's back.
I'm back.
Hey Kaladin,
Hi. Yes.
how do you put up with it?
Put up with what?
So like, you hear stuff, right? In your head, stuff that isn't there, like God stuff.
Now and again, yes.
No, wait, now what?
My patron, as it were, is not always the most vocal of people.
Yeah, no, I mean, like, before Dragon Tail hit me, before that fight, my guy thing, powerful person, never really talked either, but, like, there was always, like, a sound, like a bzzz, like a, in the background. How do you deal with it with all of this nonstop talking? Like now it's not like anymore. Now it's like with like words and shit, and it just won't stop.
No. Unfortunately, Oswald, the voice in my head doesn't do that. But
Different patrons, different voices. Got it.
if it can help you, would it help you to talk about what you hear, or?
I mean, I'll hesitantly try to listen to what the voices are saying.
Let's make a wisdom check.
Ooh, wisdom. 14.
It's impossible to discern any particular word or phrase. It's just this faint but cacophonous clamor. Most of it in language you don't know.
Yeah, I don't really get what they're saying, man. It's just like, it's not anymore. It's like, sometimes there's like, in there,
When I fought in the pits in Golkis, there was an old woman, a dragonborn like myself. She sang a song that made it to help us clear our heads before we fought. I'm not much for singing, but and I pull out the flute that I bought.
ooh, I pull out my flute. My pan flute.
And I will
I'll try.
I believe it's pronounced Pinamissimo, the double P, piano.
Yes.
Pianissimo, yeah.
Pianissimo. I will attempt to play a soft, calming ditty from my days beneath the pits of Golkis.
Playing pianissimo is harder.
It's very hard.
Especially on a flute, but go ahead and make a performance check.
Yeah.
I'll play Flutismio.
That's a natural 20.
Okay. This is your second natural 20 performance check, right?
It's the only one I've had the entire night.
That's a ruse.
Little known fact, Kaladin is actually a musical prodigy.
Seriously?
So what's your total just on a natural 20?
Be a 28 total.
Okay. As and this is as you're walking, so all of you hear faintly, quietly, but distinct in the incredibly still, quiet desert night. Starts off most not timid, but trepidatious. Then melody touches all of you in different ways, evoking different things, but all of you find it calming and incredibly beautiful. All the more so for the contrast of it coming from this person who you've only known in times of violence and tribulation. And Oswald, as this melody rushes over you, through you, doesn't actually make voices quieter, but it does make, at least for a little while, makes them easier to ignore.
Can I try to play on my pan flute something similar, just like the same type of tone type thing?
After he's done.
Yeah, when he's done.
Don't be rude.
It's not a long song.
But you briefly consider trying to join in, and then realize it would be inappropriate and just let him play. But yeah, does you some good. But afterwards, you can certainly try to match
I'm gonna
his
try,
performance.
because I'm not gonna ask him every night.
All right, roll your roll. All right, so after he concludes, you take a moment to try to remember what he played, and then make your own performance check.
So, do I add proficiency for this because I'm proficient with the instrument?
Yeah, sure.
Ooh.
Okay. 7 minus 1 plus 4. 10.
I mean, what's your total? What's your total?
Proficiency is 4, right? So 10.
Oh.
I mean, you can tell it's not his first time trying to play a flute.
But it's definitely the first time I've heard the song.
It's definitely the wrong order for those things to have been played in. I mean,
God damn it.
it's not ear-screechingly terrible, but you know, it's like clearly Oswald doesn't have the same natural command of the instrument that Kaladin
It's like,
does.
oh, he's trying.
Yeah, you know.
Fair enough.
It's not like a second grade recorder concert, but
No, that's fair.
My heart will go on a recorder.
not quite that bad.
Okay. Thanks, man. Yeah. Okay, and we're just gonna.
All right, so you trudge on. Say you make it to like here-ish over the next few hours, and before
We're on the desert picture still.
you are, so I should probably pop you back to the map.
Do we have an ETA on like a bathroom break?
Soon. Sorry.
Roll initiative. Okay, bathroom.
So, as the eastern sky is starting to brighten a little bit, dawn is not long off. Kaladin, you hear again, Kalkavor. The Empire has found the bodies of the dragons. They hunt. Oof. I need to. And then it cuts off.
Oh, fuck.
I will audibly just say, fuck.
What happened?
The Empire found the bodies of the dragons, or Kalkavor was giving me an update, and then his voice cut out.
Maybe he reached the word limit.
That's not how this works, Oswald.
Nah, I don't. You guys and your magic. Look, I just like making stuff blow up
Well,
or burn.
Like cut off, like you heard like a like he got hit, or like cut off like whoop, like, magically cut off?
I don't know.
Alright, well, we should probably get going then, huh? Like, quicker?
Oh, shit.
You have
This
been
means-
traveling for like 6 or 7 hours at this point.
Oh, wait,
Yeah, I mean-
okay, so we're still...
Well, yeah, we'll go until a couple hours after dawn. Once it starts heating up, we'll start looking for shelter.
We should probably take more effort into concealing ourselves.
Concealing
If
or
we're-
moving faster?
I think concealing would be better.
Well, for us to move most efficiently. Best in
Well,
dark.
no, we're not going to be able to outrun a dragon now, are we?
Yeah, I think concealing would be
Yeah.
better.
Concealing, I guess.
That's
But you can't
no.
conceal
I'm
from the
more for the concealing, not the moving faster.
No,
Yeah,
no,
no,
and I'm
yeah.
agreeing with you. We should move with
Okay.
concealing because I realized I cannot outrun a dragon as much as I'd like to try.
I'm sorry, Malik. I genuinely misunderstood you, and I
No, I mean, if we cut off the dragon's wings, then maybe I have a chance, but...
You
No.
and me both, man. So we should move until the sun gets brutal for you all, and then we should do our best to hide ourselves.
What are you
This
talking
does-
about? The sun
No, I
doesn't
said
bother
you
me.
all. I wasn't Malik. wasn't
Nafjor.
singling
We're
you
talking
out.
about Nafjor, Malik.
We're talking about Nafjor Malik.
But it doesn't bother me,
Yes,
Yeah,
we
we
know
know.
Malik.
We know.
as his face is cracking.
Oh yeah, yeah. Doesn't look great.
Goddamn
Forge,
lightly taps his
do you
face.
have? I don't know what you have in your repertoire. Do you have anything that can aid in us disguising or hiding area of rest?
I don't have anything that could help us tonight.
Lots of your spells are ready tomorrow.
Yes, well, if they were ready today, I would cast them.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's fair, Forge.
But you seem to be a very sporadic bunch of people.
Yeah,
and,
no, that's fair too.
honestly, I'm getting the feeling very little thought goes into what you will be doing today.
That's
Are we to kill something yet, or...
100%. Forge, it's like you've been with us since the beginning.
All right, so
Uh,
guys can-
while we're passing out to... Oh, wait. Sorry, I thought we were...
are you guys continuing on?
Until
hey.
the sun starts bearing down, and then we'll look for a place to stay.
All right, and what pace are you now traveling at?
Should we just finish the day going at normal pace?
No, I think we need to...
Stealth!
Mm,
Slow pace.
I mean, can we go... we can't go stealth in the desert, right? Like, we can't move at a stealthy pace in the desert.
Yeah, there's a slow pace. We can go slow pace.
Yeah, but the difference between pacing between normal and slow is just speed, not if you're stealth and or not, correct?
No, slow
don't know.
makes you more stealthy.
That's what I'm asking, but we're in the middle of a fucking desert, so I think it's gonna be easy to see us.
I feel like a dragon doesn't care how fast you're moving when it's above you.
Whatever, I'll defer to the group on this.
We
well, I would
just need to
say
be-
there's a lot of open space, and for a dragon, they would just be above us, and they could just see.
Yeah, so it's move fast, really.
So, Oswald, you would know. Generally, it's fastest to travel across the ridges of dunes, and you have been doing that up until now, which does indeed increase your visibility. From you could travel through the valleys and attempt to keep to one side or the other, whatever, which would make it slower because occasionally you'd have to pop up and over and keep doing that. But it would, in areas where the dunes are taller, it would reduce your visibility to directly.
Okay, so guys, you know how we've been climbing on the top of dunes, and you know how like everywhere can see us. We can also go a little bit slower, go at the bottom of dunes, and then like there can see us, but not everywhere.
What if we travel primarily at night? Just sleep during the day, except for watch, and just travel like just
I mean,
at night.
we're gonna do that anyway, but
But I'm saying just at night, so we sleep all through the day, travel all through the night.
Does that matter to a dragon?
I honestly don't know.
I think they'll see us the same amount regardless, but we're traveling at night anyway.
Yeah, okay. Well, because we just got alerted to them now beginning the search, I think now's the time for us to fucking put down the pedal to the metal, so to speak. And, like, let's fucking burn a day of travel to get as far as we possibly can, and then start to travel stealthily.
It sounds like your friend is getting very impatient.
All right,
Forge, like I said, like you've been here since the beginning.
Hey, I mean, we've been told to go kill things. And
Oh no, I meant the dragon that keeps talking to you.
Oh, sorry.
But sure, that sounds accurate as well.
no,
true.
let's burn it. Let's burn a day to get as far as we can. Down.
Again, what pace?
Quick.
Okay, so you guys are going to continue at a fast pace through the
If we
heat.
go
Yes.
quick, we'll leave a lot more of a trail.
I mean, but then again, it's the desert, right?
And
Doesn't the wind blow and the sand trails go away? I thought concealing our tracks isn't something that we needed to, like, stop and worry about.
Sometimes, eventually.
Fast for a day.
Fast for a day, and then
Alright, so you guys have been
Okay.
traveling already for a good chunk of time. As you press on faster in through the dawn and into the heat of day, Oswald, Malik, and offshore.
I'm sitting on Forge.
Still?
Forge, am I? I'm okay with it.
You're allowed to, sure.
Cool.
Alright, Malik and offshore, go ahead and make Constitution saves for me.
I'm sitting on Oswald.
28.
10.
Okay. Offshore, moving quickly in this heat is not good, and you suffer, especially given your particular constitution. You start slowing down and lagging behind, even with drinks of water, and you suffer a point of exhaustion.
Ding!
You guys push on through the middle of the day. Do you stop to rest at any point?
Okay, come on.
No, I'm not gonna do what I was typing.
I'm gonna keep jogging in pace. Be like, what do you guys want to do?
Okay. It's not working.
I can keep going.
It's not working. Yes,
You may have
Yeah.
to carry your friends for a bit.
Oh, son of a bitch.
okay.
hey Forge, why don't we walk with Navtor a bit?
Alright. We'll take a slower pace, I suppose.
And I'm gonna, with Forge, try to walk in front of Navtor, so Navtor is shielded from the group.
Sorry, say again?
Say if Forge is okay with it, I'm gonna walk with Forge and kind of create like a shield between Navtor and the group, so Navtor is kind of shielded from the group.
Alright, that's fine.
Shielded from Malik.
Okay. Yeah, you're now moving at just like a normal pace to accommodate offshore for a bit, or
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we need to do normal.
I'm just gonna turn my shoulder to go, is this really necessary, not?
Well, hi, what?
Do you need this, or do you want this?
What? That, right now? I kinda want some, yeah.
Okay, that's a want, not a need. Let's keep going.
That's not the problem. Okay. It's hot. Do you not see hot desert? Fuck. Okay, I keep going.
Alright. We all keep going.
okay.
I slow down my pace a little bit, and I step next to Nopjor, and I slap him on the back and cast Lesser Restoration.
Okay, does that remove exhaustion?
But it removes poison.
Well, he's no longer poisoned,
Oh,
but
oh, well,
can certainly do that, and he feels a little bit better,
sure.
though it does not remove the exhausted condition.
I don't feel anything.
Hmm. Same.
All right,
walk.
so, oh, hi.
Hello.
Way to appear right as I was about to call a break. All right, so as you guys trudge onward under the searing desert sun,
You're echoing, Zizzy.
passive perceptions. Always good when I have to check that, right?
19.
Forge is the
Points.
one you really need to worry about.
Nope, Nocturne and Forge have the same ones. So, both of you hear a long ways off, but it carries, because sound is meant to. What sounds like the call of a hawk.
Oh no.
Fuck.
Fuck.
It's very, very far away, but you do hear that over the desert winds, which are starting to pick up low sand off the top of the dunes. So as you hear that, and as you trudge west under the searing desert sun, let's take a quick break so people can pee and get their drinks and stuff.
Yay.
What direction?
We're gonna pee in the direction of the tower.
Hey. Alright, I'll be right back.
Me too.
Hello.
Oh,
Hello.
it's Hexy.
Are you not in roll 20, John?
Does that rustle your jimmies?
Well, bet.
Too bad Jimmy's gonna be rustled for a little bit.
I'm not counting money anymore. Yay. Now the question is, do blood hunters use shields?
As my good friend would say, you do you, boo-boo.
I don't know. Would he use a shield? I'm looking in The Witcher. So, did he tell you what direction the honk was coming from?
No.
Malik. He needs to learn patience.
Why?
We'll talk about it when, you know, everyone's here. Did you like my idea for how to heat up the food?
No.
Did you read it?
Yep.
So I wonder, is my magic even stronger now? No,
Yes.
No, it's not.
Just keep walking closer to trying to step level.
Yeah. By the time we reach that, I'll be level 18.
You're level 20, the rest of us are level 9. We're just like, what the fuck?
I somehow grow 4 feet.
Oops.
And then every step I take away from it, I shrink an inch. Oh,
Also-
there could be... What's up?
Also, if you get too close to it, you have to start rolling on the short-term madness table.
Wait, what?
What? Who?
Okay. Wait,
Nah,
are the voices
okay.
getting louder as we get closer?
Not noticeably.
Okay, fair enough. Listen, I'm passive perception of 12. I'm perceptive as hell right now, compared to Dinar.
Hey, you know, it's something. It's not less than 10, so that's cool.
It's double digit. I don't miss a thing.
High passive perception's nice. You notice shit.
Or you just smell a bunch of shit and you just learn everything, apparently.
Oops. Hey, you put that armor out there, not me.
I don't regret it for an instant.
Wait, what happened?
Some of Reddy's smell checks.
Oh,
32.
He gets 30 plus on a smell check.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Half the reason why you all realize what the contents of are many of those barrels and containers that you walked through in that temple.
That's fair. Listen,
That's what he's there
Dinar-
for. To be a giant dick and to smell shit.
Listen, all Dinar does is smack things and light them up with the Divine Smite and heal every so often.
And be a generally good person. Don't forget that part.
Well, yeah, I mean, also sacrifice himself to help people, but, like, other than that...
Guys, I don't want to fight Sandal anymore.
I'll also say that at the point where you heard that talk, you were probably...
You didn't tell them the direction, right?
No, you showed us the direction, Oswald.
Yeah, you're probably, like, there-ish.
I
after,
showed
a
you
day,
the
after most of a day of fast travel.
No, this was not after most of a day. This was, like, a little afternoon, so... A couple hours after you... Or a few hours after you decided to keep...
Okay.
Maybe a little farther than that. Maybe, like, there.
We're starting to curve at that point, I think.
Yes, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Wherever.
No, but I mean...
In that general vicinity thing. You actually... Oswald, you know that you are getting close to the main road again. So...
Oh, crap. We gotta cross the road?
Not road, exactly, but...
Wait, where's Kirik so we can sacrifice him? Time to wash a window.
Either having tea or soliciting some sort of mid-level, underground enforcer.
Don't worry, I can easily
Or
roleplay Nuri right now.
Kirik is, if things are going the way that he wants them to, he's back in Cole and is seriously up to that specific point.
Cole's pretty far away, so if he were going back to Cole, he'd probably still be, like, on his way to Cole, but...
This is if he was able to make it to Cole.
Yeah, I'm just saying that if he was going to go in that direction, or if he was going to try to go back, he'd probably still be on his way there.
Well, that's his goal. Were he able to get away from whatever he needed to do for Mr. Gherkin Morgenstone?
Yeah, I feel like that'd be a really entertaining one-shot or something, but...
Nuri's having fun in the afterlife, talking to dragons, meeting people, some flirting,
Oh yeah, Afterlife, definitely.
Yeah, she does her. Oh, yeah, that, just talking, socializing.
Yep, that's definitely what's going on.
Ralphie, you here?
Also, do we lose John again?
I'm here.
Oh, not in roll 20 though, so that's pretty rude. Also, hi Spence.
I think
Hi.
I went to pee. Oh, hey.
glad you could make it.
Yep.
The shortest possible summary of what has happened so far. The party decided to go
pretty
west to
bloated.
China. So, you
Cool,
were
that's what I voted for.
great. Perfect.
You missed a lot of bloat, and I take a lot of responsibility for it, but there's been a lot of bloat.
Cool, so I missed basically nothing.
Basically.
Basically.
Character development. Character.
What are those?
Yeah, what is that?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you haven't played in like a month, so
I haven't played in 5 weeks.
yeah. So that's good.
I'm just catching up for those 5 weeks.
Also,
Well,
I really enjoy these sessions where you just entertain yourselves. You know, it makes my prep easier.
And then we get to the level that's like 14 dungeons long, and you're like, oh. This is all so well thought out.
Actually, like that double dragon fight, I actually planned most of it 3 session for 3 sessions before it actually happened. I was like, oh well, I guess we didn't get to it this time. Oh well, guess we didn't get to it this time. You know, not like it goes bad.
Blim, I know how you feel.
It's okay. All sorts of fun things in store. So, we good? Apart from John not being in Roll20?
Yeah.
Oh, there his Hawk's portrait is.
I am here.
And then 4 of the Bloodhawks manifest into Yahak.
Hey!
Yeah, just a bunch of sand swirls up, and then Yahek is suddenly there. But he was there the whole time. It's super weird. We're not going to worry about that.
My nose hurts.
My non-existent eyes.
My
1,
nose hurts,
2,
my head
3,
bleeds.
4, 5, 6. Okay, so we're gonna go up that ridge, and then we're gonna go across that. And
All right. Well, anyway, we all good? We all back? I see an Oswald, Catlin, and a Forge, and Malik, you good? John, you good? Spence, you good? Go.
Yep.
Alrighty, let's do things. Okay, so yeah, Forge, Nofter, you don't see where it comes from, and you get the sense that it's coming from the east or the south or the southeast, somewhere in that direction. Very distant, but nonetheless distinct. The piercing call of the hawk. You guys have been moving at speed in the desert heat for some time, and Oswald, again, you know you are nearing kind of one of the main routes into the northwest Issarak. I guess I should change the music, but
oh my god, that scared me.
As I scroll for what I want to play, what do you guys want to do?
Okay, so we're gonna go up the ridge because we didn't hear this, right?
You didn't hear that.
Yeah. So we're gonna go up the ridge, and we gotta turn left. I'm pretty sure it's
Oswald.
our ridge. Yeah. What's up?
I heard hawks.
Let's do this.
Did Kaldan mention the Bloodhawks?
Well, I heard.
No, but did Kaldan mention the Bloodhawks from Calcivore?
From when?
From when our Calcivore said that they were using Bloodhawks?
No,
I really don't
Orkelkivore didn't say anything. All I said was that Orkelkivore's message just cut off. He didn't say anything. He said they're sending their Bloodhawk scouts out in front of them.
Yeah, and did you tell that to us, the Bloodhawk
I
thing?
did. I said everything. I was
Okay.
100% honest with everything that Orkelkivore message said to
Sorry,
us.
I'm trying not to meta here. Oh, shit. Hawks? Where?
Mainly to the south.
Okay. I think we should slow down now and not travel on top of ridges. Because
we
now
hide
we're...
Weren't we traveling the dunes or no?
Yeah, yes, if we're going fast, we're on top of the dunes.
Should
Kinda
we
have
hide? Should we hide ourselves?
I mean, I think we could still move, but we can't move the way we've been moving.
We could bury ourselves for a while. It seems smart for me.
I don't know if I can do that.
Ah, right. Forgot.
I think
None.
Again, we can keep moving, but I really think we should slow down and
Yeah,
travel at the bases of these dunes.
yeah. Do you have any way to illusion or make it seem like we're not here?
Let me rack my brain. Hmm. Sorry, I'm still thinking.
No, please take your time. You have a bigger brain than
Yes.
I
Perhaps-
I don't think so.
do. Okay.
No. How about you, Kaladin? Any invisibility?
I'm really good at hitting people and hurting people. I'm not good at much else.
I
So,
second that.
Let's slow down and just keep moving through the bottom of the dunes.
All
We're
right,
still moving, but we're going to take a slow pace.
Yeah. Can I rack my brain? Do I know anything about how hawks see?
Make a nature check.
Sure.
So, Yahak, I don't know if you are deliberately not offering it, but pretty sure you can make, like, yourself and 3 other people invisible if you want. So,
Hold on. I'm gonna rack my brain a little bit more.
anyway, 14?
Yep.
Okay, Fortune, you know that, you know, hawks have extremely keen vision and can see movement over very long distances. So they make for great scouts. But yeah,
Oh, he's right. I do have something.
Yeah, heck, who's
Go
right? What
on.
are you talking about?
My brain is right. I have an invisibility spell, and I can make up to 4 of us, including myself, invisible.
That doesn't really help us.
Well, if we focus
How does that not
on
do what Kaladin asked me? That does exactly what Kaladin asked me.
if we focus on the people that the Empire is after, it should be fine, right?
How long, yeah, heck, how long does it last?
Just wrecking my brain here.
It lasts, I think, an hour, maybe.
yes, an hour, yeah.
Up to 1 hour, 60 minutes.
That
That still doesn't help us, because,
it gives us an hour of uninhibited movement.
I mean,
Yeah, and
Yeah,
if these
but
hawks see movement at all, it's going to take them more than an hour to get here.
dragons,
anyway.
though, guys.
Okay, Malik, dragons aren't the things that we're hiding from right now.
Oh, but I'm
Hawks
pretty
are.
sure the hawk is already seen enough if it's squawking, right?
No.
No,
Is that a metaphor?
maybe.
Again,
Ugh.
let's travel slowly and try to, curve a bit more southwest at this point.
So why not most of us be invisible while we travel slowly?
We could do that, but
Why don't
Maybe-
we save the invisibility for when we need it?
well, if the
We
hawk
can
sees
do that.
7
Yes.
people, then they're gonna come here looking for 7 people, but I don't know.
Invisibility is good idea.
He already
look, can we agree
squawked.
that going slow is a good idea?
Yes.
As far as the invisibility, that's up to you guys. Again, I just like making stuff go boom. I guess it's more of a zap, really.
Hmm.
Crackle? Pop.
He talks too much. Shut up. Yeah, heck. Do
Um,
invisible.
Nofjor Forge, and this time Malik and Yahak too. You hear again, closer, another like piercing, shrill cry of what may or may not be the same hawk, but from roughly the same direction.
And I want to cast invisibility right now.
Wait, before
No.
you do.
Come on,
He has
Cal.
to-
Wait,
he
just
has to-
fucking
Alright.
do it.
Who you
Come on,
casting
Bill.
at?
Shh, 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 shh.
Mercy, Nafi, Caladan, and
You can do 4 people total. So
Oh, I didn't say myself yet, did I?
you didn't.
Yes, myself. Sorry.
All right.
Why,
So
why are you casting invisibility? Who's here?
as you all join hands, because you have to be touching the people for it to work.
I
They-
squeeze copy.
Aww. Look at
Uh,
us, good friends, wanted by the Empire
So yeah,
for murder.
the 4 of you are now invisible.
Wait, what happened? Why are we moving now?
Yeah, keep walking, Oswald. Slow and steady.
Okay, did you guys hear something else?
Are we on like dunes?
Yeah, another
Yeah.
walk. Slow and steady, buddy.
Oh, another hawk. Is it closer?
Yeah.
Okay,
We need to hide.
then maybe we should hide right now.
Oswald, if I might suggest something,
Yeah.
does the Empire know you, particularly?
As far as I don't know.
If we walk somewhat,
One person.
if we walk somewhat separate from the rest of the group that's invisible, at least if they come and intercept us.
I mean, I can just
The
say
rest-
I'm a Sarasi from the desert, which, I mean, that makes sense.
Right, what I'm saying is the other group will be away from us, and
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
they have no reason to stop us.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Alright, you guys, wherever you are, walk a little bit more to the left.
Walk like 10 feet behind us.
Or not behind us, because they'll come from behind us, but, like, keep us more solid pace in front.
You'll never know.
You'll never know.
You'll
Yeah, I
never
guess
know.
I'll never know what you're doing. But,
Never.
I mean, I'll probably see your footprints, but
Did I ask you?
you said I'd never know, so.
Okay, let's just go. Let's just walk.
Okay, so for the purposes of some realism, I'll say the 3 visible people and the 4 invisible people trudge further in the desert heat.
3 visible people?
Yeah, Rentals too, but
Oh, okay.
whatever. I guess he's off pooping. Whatever. We won't count him against anything. So, eventually, you another half hour, 45 minutes or so pass, and then you hear distinctly again this shrill call. Ford, you glance over your shoulder and you see, kind of like circling, still far to the south, but now like distinct in its shape and form. Looks a lot like a hawk. Just kind of
Oswald,
circling.
it's, just occurred to me, if we had a really good archer, we could have probably shot that thing down.
Yeah, I mean, look, I know you just met us, but we really don't.
Yeah.
And after the whole invisibility thing, were you guys proceeding at normal pace, fast, stealthily?
I mean, should we just do normal pace at this point?
Yeah, I
or-
think normal's fine.
Yeah, normal's fine. We're not.
Yeah.
Forge and I we're good.
Okay, so yeah, as you hear this and you look over your shoulder, yeah, you're reasonably confident, given your knowledge of both of your knowledge of hawks, that it probably saw you. Whether the Empire deems your presence worthy of investigation, but yeah. Okay. But as you guys continue on a little bit farther, the hour duration of the invisibility spell is about to peter out. Anything you want to do before that happens?
Recast
I am going to recast it
Okay, so
on the same people.
all right. As you do. So you have invisibility for another hour. It's maybe 2-ish, 3-ish in the afternoon. How do you guys want to proceed?
Same thing, I think, heading southwest.
Okay, so you want to start heading like this way or so?
If anyone sees us, we're just going to say we're going to Casa Grande, but yeah.
And I turn to invisible Nafjor, and I sing 99 bags of Zatar on the table. And we go.
Yeah, heck.
Okay. So as you guys crest the crested dune, and you see kind of this area of not exactly, it's not a road, but it is this kind of like raised, more rockier area. It's kind of broken and inconsistent, but Oswald, you recognize this as kind of the part of this like route that goes to the northwest. Make perception checks for me.
Who?
Everyone, anyone who wants to.
I'd keep an eye.
Misa perceptive.
4.
Perceptate.
Rolled the worst thing I could roll.
9.
Wait.
So, Forge, that's a rock.
What do I
That's a
roll for
boulder.
this?
That's no rock.
The sky is blue.
That's a battle station.
Oh, that's
Okay.
not a hawk. It's
Wait.
a rock.
I don't know what I roll. I'm looking at my sheet, but I can't tell.
Perception.
Where? Oh, I'm only just seeing it now.
Perception.
Hold up. We're getting almost there. Okay, please wait. Thank you. 18.
Okay. One sec. Da-da-da-da. Or this pause means only good things.
Yeah, I've been told that one before.
John, did you do disadvantage?
You will address him Noff.
That's okay. Whatever there was to see, Forge saw.
No.
So Forge, you note, and this kind of like rock. It's not really so much a road as like a series of rocky outcroppings. It just kind of marks a consistent route that is rarely buried by the sands, and you see standing kind of in the shadows, but on the north-facing side, so the side facing you of one of these is a humanoid figure. And you watch as of the bird that you saw kind of slowly circles down and appears to land on or a held out arm. That's about what you can make out from this distance.
Oswald.
Yeah, that's a boulder, by the way. Just make sure not to step on that.
Uh,
Don't worry, I got you, Forge.
Oh, you see that boulder?
Yeah.
Next to it, there's a man.
Holy shit!
Yeah. We should approach him.
Sure. I mean, is anything special? I mean, it's just a guy standing there.
Well, I mean, you don't usually come across people, barring you guys, too often in the desert.
Do you want to offer him some water?
Why not?
Yeah, sure. Let's go.
What are you fucking stupid?
Hmm,
That's the army.
I whisper, shut the fuck up.
Is he? Is the man in our way? Is he north, south?
He's on, or the figure, as far as you can tell, is on one of the crops that kind of like marks this route, and it's ahead of you and generally the direction you were traveling. This is basically as you go to like cross the road. So you didn't actually make it to Pink Dot yet.
Okay. Yeah. We'll approach him. I mean, he's basically in our way, just a little bit off.
Yeah, you're basically you're here, like at the road. So.
Okie dokie.
We're being chased by the army and you're going to go straight to their scout?
Okay.
Forge, it's obvious he's never actually been chased by anyone before.
Clearly.
Okay, so you guys make your way towards this figure who's still maybe like a half mile distant or so. Forge, you only saw this because of your mad perception. Invisible folks, what are you guys doing?
I take my crossbow out.
I ready my finger guns.
I summon my saber.
Okay. So you guys approach, and you get within maybe 100 feet or so of like the shade of the boulder where this figure's hanging out. Sees does appear to be a male Quailon dressed in similar kind of like white or light colored loosely fitting desert robes, but with a bow out, not drawn, but with an arrow nocked and just watching you. And as you approach, kind of looks up at you and calls out, "Hail! What is your business here?"
Your fucking face. Right? Your fucking face.
Does he have a +2 bow? That's not hell, that's Forge.
No, it's actually... Anyway.
Moving on.
Hey,
Sorry,
we're
can
just-
you remind me what he said?
You just said "hail" as in H-A-I-L.
Right. Yes.
Hail, travelers! What is your business here?
We're just. Forge, you want to talk?
Hell, traveler. Hell. We head towards Casablanca. Would we be going in the right direction?
He kind of turns and looks at, or just sizes both of you up. I would think so, but there's not really much left of Casablanca, I'm afraid.
What happened?
You really don't know.
No, we're. Blim, what is Biakar?
It's another semi-permanent
Sarasi settlement?
Rossi settlement.
Mostly like a mixture of Bedouin.
It's kind of the same in that it's like it's flexible in its use.
Okay. We left Biakar a few weeks ago. We haven't really seen too many people on the road.
Make a deception check.
Fuck!
I mean, I'm not saying the DC's high, but you know.
Yeah, I know, but fuck! Shit. 12, deception, 11.
Okay. Figure just kind of nods and lowers the bow a little bit. And perchance, have you seen a group of travelers anywhere along your path? A large, hulking Rutuan dragonborn, a Caliquel, an Adonai, and a horned being with red skin. None of these are familiar to you.
I mean, I was just telling my buddy here that there was a boulder over there at Forge. Have you seen anyone?
Well, now that you... For speaking of anything odd, we heard some loud booms of thunder not too long ago.
How
It's not
long
long.
was not long ago?
TM, how long ago was that?
The actual fight?
Yeah.
It's like a couple days ago.
It was a few days' travel from here.
There were reports of a similar nature from Oasis. You say you're from Yakibi.
Oh no.
You beer?
I'm.
Let me zoom in there.
Or
I don't
whatever
even
it
know where that is on the map.
is. Oh, it's like
Oh,
it's
Jesus.
all
Oh.
the way up here.
he might be mispronouncing it too, you know. But I'll defer to your pronunciation. But
I mean, I didn't realize how
Uh,
good resolution the word was.
anyway,
I'm zoomed out.
Sir, my retainer is from Biakabir. I came from the Oasis.
this music got really intense.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not helping my stress level right now.
Make one more deception check. Forge.
This will be fun.
The two least charismatic people.
It doesn't narrow his eyes exactly, but just kind of purses his lips.
14.
Oh,
Okay.
we're both -1.
Looks you both over and is like, very well. As I said, there's not much left of Castlebrak, I'm afraid, so if that is your intended destination, you may need to change your plans.
If I might ask, what happens in Casabrak?
We left none alive. Just meets your gaze, and like the gaze of this soldier apparently is cold and steely.
Well, would anyone there be in need of a smith? I do have a way with the hammer.
Whatever you are, strange construct. As I said, we left none alive. So I doubt there's anyone left there who needs your skills.
This is most unfortunate.
May I ask one thing, sir? I haven't been there in quite a while, but was it more the Badao or the Chiseki? Would you know? I had some friends a while back.
Couldn't say.
Fair enough.
But just know that if any of your people take it or get the idea in their heads again that an incursion into the Empire will go unpunished, know that you would be so wrong. Now be on your way, travelers. And just kind of does that, and like a hawk that was kind of perched on the rock behind him just kind of up into the sky. Pulls out what you recognize as some sort of it's probably a sending stone, and mutters something into it.
Can I try to read his lips?
Yeah, make a perception check for this. Do you know Quaylon?
Oh. Nope.
Yeah, well then it's not gonna matter. You're not gonna know what he said.
Yep. I try. I certainly try.
He speaks Simlish.
Okay, but he watches the bird go. Notes that you haven't moved on yet.
Oh,
Just kinda
we're
looks at you
going.
expectantly. Okay.
I move slowly.
Right. So you guys pass around to the side of this outcropping and continue on your way. And you don't see anybody else apart from that one lone scout.
Yeah, we're just gonna continue going southwest.
Okay. Figure the invisibility's probably got another half hour left on it at this point, so just keep that in mind. Just go ahead and make survival check as you continue to travel.
22.
Okay. So you're able to lead the group at a pretty rapid clip. But since we're all traveling in the heat of day still, and that was a pretty stressful situation, anyone who's not Kaladin or Forge, please make a Constitution save for me. Because invisibility don't help you against the sun.
Natural one.
10.
28.
You said Constitution?
I did.
I'm assuming at this point, just because I haven't slept or anything, I need to make a Constitution save, even though I'm on Forge.
19.
Okay. Malik and Yahek, you guys are okay, although very tired. As you've been traveling for a long time, without a lot of rest. You've covered many miles under the hot sun. Nofjor, you suffer another point of exhaustion, and Oswald, you suffer as well.
Okay. Conditions, exhaustion level 1.
So, so you have disadvantage on ability checks. Nofjor, I believe your speed is halved.
It's under conditions, John, if you haven't had it there.
Yeah, so Nofjor, you're unable to keep up at a fast pace, or even like a normal pace now. But since he's invisible, Kaladin, Malik, and Yahek, roll perception checks for me, please.
I imagine them just holding hands while walking the entire time.
20. Non-natural.
Perception check?
Yeah.
24.
15.
Okay. Malik, despite you all being invisible, you kind of notice that Nofjor's light footfalls are getting slower and falling behind you. So, as he's unable to keep up with you guys.
I will go back and carry his ass.
Okay.
Okay. Since you're doing that, if you guys are continuing to travel, you're going to be moving a little bit slower. And I'd say you're about now. The invisibility has. Yeah, that's what the perception check was for. The invisibility about now wears off, so you guys are maybe at this point you're not too far from the road though. So it probably got you like here-ish. So just keep that in mind. You are now visible again.
Hey, Forge, do you still see the hawk?
Do I see the hawk?
Make a perception check.
24.
24. Okay, so you turn around and look, and you kind of like shield your eyes from the glare of the sun, and you aren't far from this the place where you saw it launch, and you do see it. It's kind of like seems like it's circling out to the north first, but if you can see it, it may be able to see you.
Hey, Yahek, can you go invisible again?
I cannot. I've racked my brain too much.
Do you need to just rest for a little bit to do that again?
Yeah. Pretty sure that's a
You get your
Yes.
spells back in a short rest, yeah. Also, you have your rod thing that gives you one more spell slot, so, there's that.
I forgot. This game, D&D Beyond, does not account for that.
Do you have it equipped?
Let me
Anyway.
check.
Fine. So you do have one more spell slot you can use. I think you have to make it active. But
Oh. Can I make her active?
sure.
I want to activate my rod.
Ooh, kinky.
Ooh.
And then I
Okay.
want to cast invisibility magic all over the four of us.
Oh, gross.
All right.
Oh,
Once
yeah.
more.
So drawing on the extra little reserve of power contained in this rod that was given to you in a prison cell in Koran, you cast invisibility once more, and with Malik carrying Nofjor, you guys trudge away from the road. Say, making it to about there. So many dots.
And they're colorful.
Thanks to that invisibility and some better deception rolls than that Scout's Insight rolls, you do not see further evidence of Imperial pursuit. Although some of you with the higher passive perceptions do hear on occasion the cry of that hawk again as it continues to search.
What time of day is it?
It's now late, like middle or later middle afternoon. And yeah, Nofjor is, for the brief moment that you guys were visible, thoroughly beat and being carried.
Do you guys want to take about an hour rest so that Yahek can use more invisibility until we get further away?
How long does it take to rest short?
About an hour. You don't have to nap, but you kind of have to sit around, not too much.
I would rather sit around for an hour and be able to cast invisibility 2 more times or 3 more times. I don't know how many you have.
Kind of hard to disagree, I guess.
Rather than walk right now.
That or like die. So
Yeah, I think we should rest up for an hour and then continue walking.
I'm fine.
Okay, well, can we look for like a area with relatively high dunes around us?
Yeah, make a survival check. Also, I overestimated how far you would have gotten. That's like 12 miles. That's not how far you got in that time. But you're in that direction.
Survival check. 14.
Oh god, I got you. 14. Okay. Yeah, it gets you. Again, find a valley with dunes situated such that you feel like you're kind of out of sight from things that aren't directly ahead, or directly overhead, rather. Although it is the best spot you can find, kind of opens up a lot to the west. You plunk
That's
down
fine.
for a rest.
We'll just take a short rest.
Okay, just go.
Anyone keeping watch?
I mean, I'll help keep watch.
I'm
Sorry.
watching.
I'll just keeping watch.
I'll
Alright.
aid whoever's keeping watch.
Great, Forge. Make a perception check with advantage because you're great at that.
Watching. Desert floor.
23.
Okay. You don't notice, like, 15, 20 minutes go by, you don't notice any signs of Imperial pursuit. But, you do, after about 20 minutes, just hear a
Fuck.
from behind you.
I turn around and face the clapping.
the music.
Okay. Speaking of music,
Freaking up.
Turn around.
Is the music
gonna
linked
be-
somewhere?
so happy.
That's
It's in the Watch
Spencer,
Together
I'll-
thing.
Destiny
Spencer, I'll
bullshit.
link it. Never mind.
Thanks.
Seated in a comfortable-looking
Chair?
sedan chair that
Fuck.
definitely wasn't there when you guys plunked down. With looks like a kind of lacy white umbrella kind of supported off its back, but dressed in the same like tight-fitting, well, not exactly tight-fitting, but close-cut dark tunic. Is a figure that y'all have seen before, except for Forge. And Forge, you have no idea who the fuck this is or how he got there. But this is looks a lot like Navare, just kind of sitting there slow.
Alright,
Hey there.
And who might you be?
Oh. Haven't been introduced yet, have we? That's alright. We'll get to you soon. That was... he notices that Nofter and just kind of chuckles. And then, just kind of does that with his hand, and you feel your armor just kind of, and then it actually like kind of levitates off the ground, kind of pulling you up with it.
My sandy
Kind of
face.
like Magneto, Wolverine around. Just kind of like jerks you upright, not particularly gently.
Nofter signed such a worse contract than we did.
I'm just gonna say in Draconic, it's been a while. How have you been?
Father.
Listen, you.
Sorry.
And just in Draconic, he says back, kind of telepathically, you hear this busy. But to the rest of you, in common, he says, you all certainly put on quite the show. I suppose it would be rude to ask for
That's for what?
an encore.
What do you want us to do now? We're heading towards the tower.
Yes, I can see that. I'd appreciate if you not insult my powers of perception again.
Sorry.
Well, it always pains me to see my children die. At least they're free now. Now, you have also done a remarkable job slipping through the Empire's admittedly amateurish net, and so I'd like to continue our previous conversation, which I think started on the... I'd like to trust you, and you have demonstrated remarkable capabilities. But I'm not blind to the desperation of your situation, and I am not convinced of some of your commitments to our cause. I have some reservations, which I'm going to need you to address. And he looks, and as he, with each syllable of address, he looks pointedly at Malik and Yahek. Kind of leans forward in the chair. Malik, you, what I've gathered, have fervently sought the favor of perhaps our most volatile and dangerous enemy.
I spit.
I'm concerned about a potential conflict of interest. Allay my fears. Oh, right. You're not looking at the video, but yeah, he's just kind of looking expectantly at you and kind of like steeples his fingers with his face.
Well, I mean,
He saw you spit, but
oh,
he's still
well,
looking at you.
well, what do you want me to say?
I want you to convince me that you are not going to be a problem.
I mean, have I been a problem yet?
Your association with Rexit is a problem.
Hmm.
Do not test my patience, Mort.
I mean, we're not on the best terms as of right now, so.
No? I can't imagine why. As pleasant as she is. Renounce her.
And what is it that you can do for me?
I told you not to test my patience. Make a constitution save, please.
13.
Okay, you suffer 39 necrotic damage as he just kind of narrows his eyes at you. And you feel like your breath stop and just your heart stops for a second as like veins bulge black in your neck. And all of you just see this happen. It's very similar to what happened in Offshore in the inn. I'm sorry. What was that?
I spit blood this time.
Renounce her.
I think I already have.
Say it. Say that you renounce her and all that she stands for, and that you will serve us in this. Swear it.
I take out the phoenix and I toss it to him.
Say it. You just kind of tosses it to the sand next to the chair.
There's nothing to be said.
That's just not acceptable, I'm afraid. If you will not renounce her, and if you will not swear it, I cannot afford for you to be a part of this endeavor.
My lord.
Yes.
You may not know our party, but we do. And those who know Malik know that his actions speak louder than... And know that him tossing that statue, him doing that, means more than any paltry words he could speak to you.
Make a persuasion check.
Natural 1.
Oh, it was a 9.
9.
Ooh. He just kind of looks at you for a moment. Kind of just like unfurls his hands, and there's a cup of tea in the one hand now that wasn't. Perhaps. Gaze turns to you, Yahak. And you. Oh. I have not so much concern as frankly alarm at your pitiful reliance on the favor of a lowly Quellion.
Just look around, hand to my chest.
Charming as she may be, she has no place in this venture. But you might yet. If only you will forsake her.
Sorry. She gives me my powers.
And
If I forsook her, I would have no powers. So what you're asking me to do makes no sense.
oh well. What is given can be taken away, can be given again. Leans even farther forward in the chair. Just kind of like goes to set the tea aside as though it's some sort of side table, and as he like opens his fingers, the cup just vanishes. Forsake her, and swear that you will serve me personally. I will take her place as your patron, since it is power you crave, it seems. And I can offer you far more than she would ever be allowed to.
But what of loyalty?
What?
You're unproven to me.
What proof do you need?
Demonstration.
Very well. Yeah, I see that. Just kind of nods at the rod that is at your side.
And I hold it up.
It opens the same hand, and it just kind of floats out of your hand towards him. Takes it in his grasp, and there's a pulse of like bright green light from where he holds it. It's blinding for a second, and then he lets it go, and it floats in front of him. The rod itself is like elongated slightly. The tone of the twisted wood is darker, and there are now green runes, kind of spiral, like glowing green runes spiraling around it. Try that. And it kind of floats through the air back towards you.
Does it match me?
It looks a lot like your armor, yep.
Oh my god.
Bear crying on the inside.
Do I
On
notice
the
this?
inside.
Oh, yeah.
We all
You'll
notice
see
this.
this happen.
Do I know what this thing is? If it's
You don't. It looks like your rod just got more magically. But, do you take it?
Hexy, look. Look at me. And you see me.
It's kind of floating in the air in front of you now.
can I look at
You can almost feel it pulsing with power.
I'm floating there with sand going down my face. Look out. We'll both have the power. It's good. It'll be better than whoever you have.
Can I look back at Navare?
Mm-hmm. Or Navare, yeah. Just kind of watching you.
Navare. And then I would ask, what would you want with me? What would you have of me in exchange for this?
Oh, your service, this endeavor. And I may call upon you favors in the future. But mostly, I just need to be absolutely sure of your commitment to this.
And if I refused?
Oh, well, I cannot allow you to continue.
Yeah, well, options seem pretty clear here. I'm gonna renounce my... I'm gonna renounce my lady. And, Navare, let's do this thing. You and me.
Are you being serious and truthful about this right now?
I'm being serious and truthful about this right now.
That's my boy.
Oh my god!
That's my boy.
What the fuck is
happening? Oh boy.
He just smiles. Take it. Try it. See if you like what it does for you.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Alright, I'll take it.
As you grip the rod, you feel a pulse of... not quite warm, but like power pulses through your hand, and you feel something significant change. From far, far away, you hear some sort of scream or cry, but it is immediately drowned out, or almost immediately drowned out by this sense of like euphoria. Your Rod of the Packkeeper is now a +2 Rod of the Packkeeper instead of a +1, and it's going to have some special shit I haven't exactly yet.
Tight.
I'll also say that you can... the special shit is, you can, so instead of just regaining a spell slot once per day, you can regain 2 spell slots per day. So, using that.
Nice.
Additionally, you're gonna have to figure out how to do this, not tonight, but you are no longer a warlock of the Celestial. You are now a warlock of the Fiend. So a lot of your subclass features are going to change.
Oh boy.
Luckily, we have a new cleric.
So we'll figure out exactly how that's going to work, but you feel a number of like the powers within you just like realign and change, and you almost like stagger over. And the figure in the chair just kind of chuckles. Oh, that was easy.
Huh. I mean, I just asked you the same thing, and I just coughed up blood.
Do you really want to try me again?
I'm not. I'm just stating.
Medic,
Uh-huh.
stop it.
I just hold up my rod.
Just take the glowing green thing he gives you.
Oh, I'm not going to give you any glowing green thing. You haven't done that yet, but maybe one day you... As he looks at you again. Oh, that's curious.
What?
Huh. I should have paid more attention to that before. You can continue. Leans back. Well, I do so enjoy our little chats, but glances up at the sun. Oh, I think it's time I made myself scarce. I'll be seeing you around. Takes you all in with one more unpleasant gaze. Looks at Yahek. We're going to have such fun together, I'm sure.
Me too. Me too.
I look forward to it.
Then he stands up and the chair just kind of vanishes under it. And then just kind of fades slowly from view. Not like the casting of invisibility. It's like he slowly becomes transparent. Then the last moment before he fades entirely from view, what looked like a pair of enormous wings unfurl from his back, and then he's gone.
So let's finish our short rest. I don't want to talk about this yet.
I go over to Hexy.
Who was that, man?
So that was Navarro.
Dave Navarro.
Yes, Dave.
Famed
of
guitarist.
The Navarros. Yes.
He sort of threatened us to finish this quest when we were back at the Oasis.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it.
That's all we know about him.
I think Nocturne knows some shit. Something about him being really powerful, godlike thing.
Well, it seems like Noctur has had prior arrangements with him.
Yeah.
Which I'm curious about.
That also doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, Naftar, what was that shit about? Join us?
What? What? What?
Well, it seems
Yeah.
like he already had a hold over you.
Yeah.
What was that shit you talked about? Because those rooms seem...
Oh, yeah, Caladan, you missed that sheet. I explained this.
No, I didn't. I was there.
Yes. I explained this sheet. What do you need?
Yeah.
Can we agree we don't like that guy?
Noctur or the other guy?
I think both.
Both. Yeah, both. And at this point, Yahek too.
You don't respect power?
I look at Yahek with such a sorrowful glance.
Yeah, Yahek. No. I look at him like, you crazy.
Hide your kids.
You think what you want, but it's been a couple days now, and we've had a journey. I need meaningful change in my life.
Yahek, what I wouldn't give to have had that choice. Then you just... Oh, God.
Hexy.
You know what the worst part of this is?
That wasn't...
Yes to John. Yes to Naf.
Use your heart. I want to see you use your heart.
God damn it.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm absolutely not gonna do that.
What?
Use it when I have to.
What do you mean?
Although, yeah, heck, there is something tempting and almost seductive about the different sort of power you feel casting through you. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Uh, 22.
You may resist the urge if you want, but it feels really good.
I'm gonna resist it in this instance.
Okay.
God damn it, Nofjor, get it together.
I'm just gonna turn to him and just say, that was the creator of my kind.
And
And
He's not exactly the nicest of people.
He made dragons. And my kin.
so where does your allegiance lie?
My allegiance lies with the friends that have bled beside me. I'm just letting you know that now you tamper with powers that have made dragons. And I have had a conversation with my creator, and I still don't know what that is like, and I'm still coming to terms with that. And I just want Yahak to know and understand the gravity of that.
Yeah, but who are our friends? And I stared daggers at Nofjor.
I like daggers.
I mean, up until now, I legitimately thought that once we got to the tower, we might be done with this.
Yeah, me too.
Right. Here, let me be honest once again with you guys. That's not how this works.
Insight check.
What? What are you insight checking?
Is he honest
finish
about
saying-
things?
finish saying what you're
Be
gonna say.
honest.
We do this first task, then we get more. That's how it works.
No.
Nofjor, this is your first god guy, right?
What?
This is the first guy who's telling you crap to do. Not
No,
always the case.
I don't know if you know this, but
I don't.
there's some things of a contract obligation here.
What contract obligation is there?
This one doesn't get it. This.
Yeah.
I'm pointing to my armor, glowing
Yeah.
green, like
Yeah,
that extra.
And I point at the other 5 of us. What contract?
I mean,
I specifically
Yes.
remember a line from a certain somebody saying you're fools for signing, and it was...
you're cut out.
Yeah, you cut out.
Oh. I specifically remember a line from a certain somebody saying something about being fools for... Am I?
You cut out in the same exact spot.
You specifically remember something.
I specifically remember a line from a certain someone about signing or not signing a certain contract.
And
And then
Nofjor, what exactly did you agree to when you got that?
Just deliver these sheets, but
Okay.
you know,
I don't see why it can't end after that.
that's not how Verasi work, man.
Well, right now, let's deliver the shit. And we'll see if... I mean, I don't want to work for them anymore after this.
Well,
Hell, I'm not working for them right now.
whatever helps you sleep at night.
I know that if I have to cast Dispel Evil every night, this is going to be a very long journey.
I don't think you
I
can
don't think-
dispel this.
Yeah, I don't think you dispel Nofjor's personality.
Yeah, you're right. I would need a whole team.
You can certainly try.
Nofjor, can you wait here for an hour? Guys, let's go and do an over. Let's set up a banner. It's an intervention. Nofjor, we have a party with cake for you in the next dune.
Ah,
Look,
Um,
regardless, and however bad of a taste that left in my mouth, we need to go to the tower right now.
I don't think we have any choice.
No, we don't. Afterwards, we have choices, not now.
We need to get to the tower and have a very long and a very detailed discussion of what we're going to do after that.
Yeah, but I think right now we just need to get to the tower.
Yes.
Also, right now, two of you are still exhausted, so
We had
one of
to.
you very much so. So just keep that in mind.
Wait, who else is exhausted?
I am,
Why are you exhausted?
because we just had a very stressful situation, so I rolled a Constitution saving throw, and I.
And you guys have been walking for like 15 hours now. Not
You
15
can't all
hours,
be
but you know,
athletic powerhouses like I am.
wow. A lot of it in the hot desert heat, so you know it's taking its toll, and the DC of these checks goes up as you continue. So
I mean, it doesn't really matter if I go slow. I'm on Forge. I go his speed. So, like, I feel fine.
so you guys pressing on, or are you
I mean,
Well,
we,
stay
how
here for a bit?
far into the short rest did he interrupt us?
20 minutes. So,
I think we need to finish the short rest and do what we were going to do, because there's still that hawk to worry about.
Yeah.
Which is cast invisibility a few more times, then we can just continue walking how we were going to.
I think we could maybe spare some time to do a full rest closer to the tower.
Yeah, no. In a couple hours, I think we should. But for right now, we need to get away from the hawk. Forge,
So-
can you still hear it?
Short rest.
I'd like to listen for the hawk.
make a perception check.
12.
You neither see nor hear it.
I do not hear it right now.
Okay, I still think we should at least have another couple hours of them being invisible.
That'd be most prudent.
Okay, so short rest, then invisibility, and then long rest in a couple hours.
Wait, no. Short rest, invisibility, walk for a couple hours, then long rest.
Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Is that
That's what I
literally?
said.
is that-
No, you said short rest, long rest, walk for a couple hours, invisibility,
That's-
walk for a couple hours.
No, I
Nope.
said short rest, invisibility, long rest.
Oh, okay. I heard wrong.
Well, whatever. Yeah, let's do what both of you said.
Yeah. I mean, let's just do Malik's idea.
No, let's
Malik,
just do Oswald's.
No, Malik raised a good point.
What's
Oh,
it going
hey,
to be?
Short rest.
Short rest. We're finishing it up.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys finish up your short rest. So if anyone who's injured wants to roll hit dice, certainly can.
Hey.
Malik.
Yeah, heck, you get your spell slots
1d10 plus 5.
back.
By the way, as we're resting, I just want to say, see assholes, they don't know who I am.
I would have given the tent stuff. Well, I don't have the tent, to be honest. Oswald has them in his bag, and
I mean, you could take it out, but it's not worth it to take it out to.
I would do it just so they don't fucking see us if they fly over.
I mean, how long does it take to pitch?
I can't argue.
No,
I
no,
can't,
I'm just wondering, how long does it take to
I
pitch?
can't argue. Exhaustion level 2.
like 5 minutes.
Oh, then yeah, I'll pitch it. I
Exhaustion
thought it
level
would
2.
take like half an hour.
No. Okay. So guys, take a short rest. That's not enough to remove any levels of exhaustion. Nothing seems to happen during that, apart from it's hot. But yeah.
Then do
That's
what we were
enough.
gonna do.
Alright, so you guys, do you cast invisibility on folks again?
I cast invisibility on the folks again.
Okay, so, yeah, the spell is still available to you, but the first time you try to cast it, it almost doesn't, because it feels familiar and yet different. Takes you a moment to kind of collect yourself and cast the spell. And yeah, the magic that courses through you feels both colder and hotter in some way, but definitely less comforting. And as you do cast invisibility and carry on into the west, towards Shanaga, the Tower of Twisted Metal, I think we should call it there for the evening.
Yes.
Well, boys, welcome to the evil campaign.
Not yet.
Murder hobos from here on out.
Nothing.
Is that a
Alright.
hawk I
Murder
see?
hobo?
3 arrows. Is that a scout I see? 2 light blade slashes. Is that a civilian I see?
That was really
A pat on the head to snap his neck.
Do you realize how ironic it is that you're saying these things?
Hey, what? Malik is a guy who does things. They're not
That was-
necessarily good things.
yeah. Well, you know,
Clearly.
But he was struggling with that recently. I mean, until now.
I mean,
Oops.
I feel like there's a couple of different parts of this party. There are the ones who are being led by evil stuff not because they want to. And then there's Nopjor and friends.
I feel like literally Nopjor's just the Sith Lord who's just like, good.
I'm waiting for Nopjor to create
Palpatine.
a thought bomb from like the Darth Bane trilogy.
He's literally fucking Palpatine.
Oopsies.
And then there's me and Kaladin who are like, we don't like our people, but we're sort of stuck with them.
Yes.
I
And then
really,
there's everyone else.
Okay.
we're
really
just
wish
gonna
I
have a
said,
sit down and
Well,
tell you
Okay.
Thanks
Cal-
for
tragedy of Darth
thanks for playing,
Vegas.
boys. Thanks for DMing.
Hey, guys, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Been
thank you,
fun.
guys.
Thanks for watching, and catch us next time. Bye.
It's been weird.